Welcome to the No Effort Podcast with your hosts, Davie and Jerry. We hope you enjoy. Or not. We don't care. It's fine.
Let's go.
All right.
Getting right into this shit.
All right. You want to open us up, David?
Sure. Do you just want me to intro it or whatever?
Just go, my dude. Just say welcome. Just say welcome to the No Effort Podcast.
If my co-host Jerry would shut the fuck up, welcome to the No Effort Podcast with your hosts Davie and Jerry. On tonight's wonderful action-packed episode of Autism, we have our guest Tanner. Don't know his last name. Jerry, please help me jump in.
We don't have to dox him, my dude.
I don't. Well, shit. I'm sorry. Was there an alias that you want to go by instead?
Yeah. I felt kind of bad because we have two nicknames.
Jerry, the fuck.
All right, I guess that's my cue to introduce myself. I'm Tanner, and my last name is not important. Who even cares?
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, that's cool. We would have doxed you anyways.
Yeah,
that's amateur stuff.
Less editing for me. Thank you. So we have a special episode tonight because we have an actual guest on, and obviously, his name is Tanner. A little bit nervous here. If you haven't realized, me and Tanner and two other guys, we have released a song under the band name Abandoned Virtues. I did not choose it. Called Apparitions, and let's take it from there. I'm kind of nervous, man. This is kind of the nerves that kicked in.
The nerves kicked in.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is kind of it's not important, but
this,
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. It'll be okay.
All right, Davie. I'm going to put all the weight on you.
You're canceled for saying autism? I don't think I would, right? It's not the other, phrase for it.
Yeah,
so.
You can say whatever you want on here. It's just I'm going to dox names. I'm going to not dox names. I'm going to censor names.
Okay.
If we're talking bad about them, of course. It's all about context.
Those episodes.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm just going to let this flow, and then we'll decide whether or not we get into some drama. All right?
Yeah.
Let's just let it flow.
And also, we'll edit anything. Well, Jerry will edit anything out that
maybe
we deem too controversial or whatever. So.
Yeah, I talked to Tanner about that, and Tanner, Davie knows everything. I kind of showed him everything, and I let him act it out for my own entertainment. So he knows what's all going on in the business.
Oh God.
Shady music business, man.
It's shady, all right.
Fuck you. It's there's some backstabbing going on, man.
All I gotta say, Tanner, you are a saint, as well, Jerry. That's all I gotta say.
I'll tell you one thing though. This is a really epic episode for me.
Nice.
Yeah, we got.
By the way, you can't say epic. Only I can say epic. So.
I don't know if Tanner feels the same. He probably doesn't. But we got two of my. You're not exactly my best friend, but music-wise, you're pretty up there. You know how when you click that musical soul me kind of bullshit. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Now,
yeah, dude.
I don't want to be like the clingy one. But I'm kind of the clingy one, just to let you know. We only met for a couple of months and whatnot, but I say we had some pretty good experiences doing two things.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I think we both have a good idea of what sounds good, which is the first requirement if you want to actually make music with anyone, you know. And you know, beyond that, it's just like, you know, like I think all the music that you make is dope, you know. So like that helps a lot.
Yeah, it's really weird because I played in one band, a metal band, Scare Tape. If you guys know it, and it's fun playing with friends and whatnot. But like, if we get like kind of deep down into it, I kind of like don't really connect as well. Like, there's some moments where we click and it actually kind of works pretty well, aka Shame and whatnot. But it's really I'm kind of like the outcast, and it's really weird because I don't because they're all talking about metal and whatnot, and they all know these metal and punk bands, and I only know like a handful because they're the ones that got me into this stuff. So like I only like know a little bit of it, and I'm just like the overall culture and whatnot. I'm just kind of like awkward, so I just keep my mouth shut, and then every once in a while I'll butt in and whatnot. But it's never the same chemistry. And whenever you and I met, it's even though like we only known each other for like a couple of months, we were like I don't know, we just clicked, and it was like holy crap, this is like really weird because like totally dude, I would like when I make some upcoming music for my own stuff, I'm definitely gonna try to get you on it, even if it's like we're like a state away and whatnot, because I really just love the potential that we can come up with.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm definitely itching to like come up with some new stuff. Like I'm thinking about trying to put like some guitar to that like Disappear track that you sent me.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's funny because I've been like listening to like music and whatnot, and I even just like fantasize about it just because I just think it just sound awesome. And I really just liked working with you, and it's because when I think like, oh, if someone's gonna like play like on my stuff, it's gonna be Tanner, because I actually trust you, and I just really like the work you come up with. I think you can probably like take something that's like somewhat maybe a little bit above average to like something actually pretty good, and that's what I'm really excited about.
Yeah, it's almost like musically like you kind of like close the loop for me, or like complete like the circle, like in a way, because like I'm like good at coming up with like little ideas, or like little riffs or like licks or whatever, but like you're good at like lyrics and like song structure and like chord progressions and stuff like that, which is like all stuff that like I don't really like focus on enough, and it's really not like what I'm like as good at, you know. So like I think like our style like really complements each other very well, you know.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like the funny thing is that I have a huge writer's block right now. Like I can't like write anything at the moment. Like I'm surprised I even wrote Apparitions, because Apparitions was kind of like a little bit of a throwaway song. Not a throwaway, but like lyrically, I was just thinking of whatever came in my mind, and then we all kind of rushed into this like last second. So I
Yeah,
just started
well,
writing some stuff, and I try to like not like focus on the entire and like quality, and that sounds like an insult because the lyrics actually aren't that bad. They're actually pretty good.
no,
But
the current lyrics I like a lot. I remember the first draft of like the lyrics that you sent me though, and it was like, I mean, it wasn't bad or anything, but you know, it was very kind of like generic, like not
I don't
like
even remember. Like I don't know if like I don't know. Did I show you like demo lyrics? I don't remember doing much changes. I may have done a few things to
well,
like
you had like a
fix the
couple
flow.
lines and you completely like you scrapped them completely. Like
Oh,
yeah,
okay, good.
I doubt you even would remember them honestly.
Yeah, I don't. It's just kind of a throwaway for me.
Yeah, I mean, you keep saying that like the song sounds a lot like this one Blink 182 song,
No,
and
because no,
honestly, I
no,
listened to the Blink 182 song, and I think our song sounds better. Like I
it
honestly
probably
fucking
does.
hate the Blink 182 song, dude. It's just like what they do to the vocals. It's just like, why do they do that? Like this is Blink 182, not like
Well,
I
they
don't
also got a
know,
they got a replacement
Katy
singer. They
Perry or
got the
something.
yeah, they got Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio in there, so they have a different vocalist. Personally, I really
Yeah,
like this song and whatnot, but like I don't mean like to just downplay the song. I mean like we did that jam thing, and then at the time I was listening to that one song by them because one of their new albums just came out, and I've been like repeating that song over and over. So it was kind of like a favorite at the moment. So obviously, when I found it, hey, that's kind of like the same tempo and like the same overall not the same key, but it was like a step up. I was like, I really like this song. I really like the vibe of it. And the problem is when I really like something, I kind of rip it off. Lately, nowadays, I'm getting more original because I realize is that I don't want to have a lot of, knockoffs of songs I like. It was really bad. Like back when I was like 15, like if I showed you a side by side, it would just sound like a poor parody, like almost a cover, really. But I'm trying to, eliminate that.
I mean, nowadays it's so hard to be original, to come up with original ideas or whatever without like sounding similar to someone or looking similar to someone. It's it's kind of like an endless battle. It's like there's always going to be some kind of form of work that is going to sound similar, and then you're going to have people be like, "Oh no, you copied this." It's just so weird that we live in a world of like where someone miles away from you or like continents away from you can like come up with something similar without you even knowing and without you knowing as well, and just kind of like it's a small world, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. It's like totally inevitable at this point. But like, there's times where I would like deliberately do like a really shitty version of that song and whatnot. But I'm trying not to do that now. And the one good thing about having Tanner kind of collaborate, even if it's in maybe it might range in like either a big sense or a small sense, because obviously a lot of these songs I've actually managed to record and I kind of like the way they are. So I might just do some slight or some overall major overhauls to it. It just depends on the song. So I don't know how different they're going to be when I actually start recording them again. But the good thing about having a little bit of like an outside source is that they won't fall into like that whole rip off mediocrity kind of quality, which is that's a good thing.
Yeah, it like allows it to like evolve over time because like I'm not that familiar with the song that is like so stuck in your head, so because of that, like it can go in like literally any direction, and what you end up with is like completely different what you started with. Like, the little like melody that you had singing in your head like changes into something completely different.
Yeah, because when I sent that demo over, it was so simplistic. Like it was really nothing, and then like the bass line sucked. The guitars were like all right. I didn't change much, but you added like some little touches, and you're a better guitar player than I am, so you were able to play things that I kind of wanted to play or wanted to like try, but I couldn't really replicate them well because I'm just a shitty guitarist. So you're able to like do stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there were some things about the demo I really liked. Like, I don't know, I kind of liked the way the beginning like built up, like, and I don't know, like some of the vocals in the final version are like a little bit different than the original demo version. I mean, I liked the demo version, like some things about it.
It's
sick, it's like, so I don't know.
I'm not a
Sometimes
fan.
You just can't like you hear like the first version of something and like you just remember it that way, and then like when you change it, it like
yeah, that's one
it, like,
hard
almost
thing.
doesn't sound
It's
as
just
good to you, even though like it objectively is better.
yeah, that's like the thing right now with the Thick with 5C songs is that there's some songs that either they never actually, gotten like a recorded product or they've been recorded like years ago. And when you like look at like the revised versions, they always feel awkward, but they're technically better. I don't know. Because I did this one song working on Neckbeards on the Pavement. You heard like an instrumental of it. I added some vocals to it like earlier this week, and the only comparison video I have is like a 2 to 3 year old video of me in like 2017 coming home with just singing on my guitar just so I don't forget the idea. And even though the vocals aren't that good, I always hear that version in my head. So when I hear this new version of me like double tracked and the vocals are actually not too bad, it always sounds off to me for that reason. So I'm so used to the previous one.
Yeah, it's like this weird little nostalgia you get like for like the old version.
Yeah, it's just odd whenever you're like when you're so used to one version and then like you hear like an improved version, it's all just like it's different, but I guess it's good. Sometimes there's things you need to improve, some things are better the same. It just depends on what it is.
Yeah, like, the recording process is just like, to me it's just so annoying because like I just constantly am hearing things that are like tiny little imperfections that don't even really matter like in the long run. And
Yeah,
it's like it's very easy to just get so caught up in that, and especially when you're trying to like produce the whole thing and like trying to make it like sound at least somewhat like I somewhat know what I'm doing, you know.
yeah, I know what you mean by that. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Were you talking?
No, I wasn't talking
Yeah,
at
it is the audio. I was leaking in.
all.
But yeah, I know what you mean by that because I've been recording vocals this week, and it's the the funny thing is I actually learned how to warm up. I found these warm up videos, and I should have done it when I had to record the verse 2 back at home, because that could have came out a lot better. But I guess people still like the song, so I'm just gonna shut up, even though it's not my like the whole, that pre-chorus too, where it goes, "As I fall back down to a slow descent." I
Yeah.
said it like there was a part of it that just sounded really awkward. I didn't like the way I said Tua or something like that. I kind of like let loose on it, and looking back at it, I just thought it was corny. But people like the song, so I'm gonna shut up about it and just accept it. It's good. Gotta have to let go in a way.
Let it go, goddamn.
Yeah, now all we got to do is get the song viral.
Yeah. Yeah, people keep talking about it. My dad keeps saying, "Oh, I played your song and whatnot. I like it." I'm like, "Oh, that's great, dude." Because I like the song as well. I'm really proud of what we have going on there. But also, they weren't the ones who had to hear it nonstop.
Do you have the demographic breakdown of the song?
I can probably pull it up.
Is it most popular among boomers?
Dude, it probably is, because my dad shared it on Facebook, and like all his friends ate it up. But the problem is that they all think it was just me, and I hate that. I hate that. I don't like.
I like how one of them said the drummer saved it, and the drummer is the one thing that's fake out of the whole thing. It's the one thing that's not a human being playing it.
Yeah, my uncle said that. And I was like, "Oh, the drummer ain't real, man."
The drummer saved it. That's gotta be funny.
My aunt, she said that it sounded like Linkin Park, and I don't see the connection at all. And I was amazed to find out that she even knew who Linkin Park was. Like,
hey, I mean,
kind of see.
They're similar in a
maybe the core. I can like
similar angsty.
I can imagine Chester Bennington
to him.
Yeah, I can like see like Chester like singing the chorus, belting it out.
Yeah.
I can hear that.
My head now.
Peace.
Yeah,
brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say, Davie?
I said, "Rest in peace, brother," to Chester Bennington.
Yeah, dude, that sucks. I mean, I sound like a poser here because I didn't really pay attention to much Linkin Park except for the hits until he kind of died, because it just like left me uncomfortable, because it's just so weird that like that would happen.
It's suicide hanging closet jokes too. I remember.
Fucking I mean, that's probably one of the few like industry deaths that kind of like actually kind of like him and Kobe. I know Kobe's not a musician, but Kobe dying was just kind of weird. That just you never thought you'd see him like dead.
I'm a sports fan. It was just kind of weird. I was like, "What? Huh?"
Oh yeah, that was weird as shit. Like I didn't believe it at first, just because like I don't know. Like, was like look like Kobe Bryant and dead do not go together.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, man.
It's like Will Smith being dead or something like that. It's like it's just people that you don't expect to randomly die, unless they're like super fucking old.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems like so many people who die are like forgotten like so quickly, or just like just not talked about. And I mean, I kind of get it, because like people like mourn for a little bit, and then just it just becomes like kind of annoying to just have people constantly bringing up like just awkward shit like that.
Yeah. Anyways, when like Chester died, I was kind of like I couldn't really escape, because I was just like it just kind of like shocked me that I just kept looking up all the news and whatnot, and then I kind of started getting into like a little bit of Linkin Park just because of everything that was going on. And it makes me sound like a poser, and I get that, because oh, I didn't listen to Linkin Park until like their singer killed himself, but like I actually kind of like some of the songs that actually once I like found some of their music, I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. It's not bad. And I like some of the stuff they got going on, but like I'm not gonna act like I'm like this big huge fan because I'm not. But like that event just like kind of struck me because there's some people you don't expect to like die and then they die and it just feels weird.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Not
That
that
got dark.
bad. All right, boys and girls, let's play some Pee Wee's Playhouse. This is depressing as fuck.
So okay, I got Spotify for artists because I realized that I think people are actually listening to this on Spotify if they haven't just gone to YouTube because they don't want to pay for it. I'd be surprised. The only person I know that paid for it was me because I bought it myself so I can have it on my phone. Obviously, I could have just downloaded it, but I wanted to give myself that support. You got to support yourself.
Yeah.
Get the ball rolling.
I don't even know how to play music that is downloaded onto my phone. I don't even know like where it is. Like, do phones have folders? Like, I don't even understand. Like,
What phone do you have?
I should go back to like Jitterbug or something like that. Like, whatever. I have a Galaxy S20.
There should be like a Google Play or something because I think that's what the people
yeah,
who have like a.
I used to love Google Play. Then I went.
Well, it's on Google Play. It's classified under indie/alternative rock. Now,
Don't
I
say
had it under alternative. Yeah, we said the bad word, indie.
Oh yeah, say no to indie or say no to Andy. That's the question.
Oh man. Yeah, I was really I don't want to go too hard because like honestly I don't want to just like be like, oh hey look at us, we talk shit on our members, even though I think I just look at this as kind of like a one-time project. I mean, to be honest here, I don't really just see. I'm going to say it in like the nicest way. I just don't see him like I would be working with him ever. Maybe in like the distant future, but not right now. Because I just and yeah, I kind of like check up on him, see what he's going on. I guess he released a EP or something on Bandcamp or something. He has kind of something going on, which that's pretty good for him. I'm happy for him, but like. Just this, I mean, I mellowed out recently. I mean, previously, I was kind of pissed off because like, what's going on. You see all this shit around us, like the world's burning, and you're trying to get some vocals done. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a lack of like awareness of like what other people's like priorities are at the end of the day, and
like I got
actually happening.
I got mad at sorry. I got like mad at like to the point like I was even mad at like Dylan for like hell of it, but I realized is that practically I was gonna worry about it anyway, so I just decided, hey, I know we all wanted Dylan to be on the track entirely. Well, on the verses, but I realized that it was probably going to take a lot longer, and I didn't want to worry about the mic quality. So I just recorded with the mic that we used, which was my mic, did it back at home, and we got a somewhat decent take or whatever, and it all worked out. So I'm not even mad. I literally told him, hey man, song's out, and if you want to share it, and he wanted to and he shared it on his Instagram and whatnot, all easy peasy, because it's done. So we don't have to have all this drama going on.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, this is supposed to be fun. Like,
yeah,
exactly. We're not professionals like doing this like for money, and we're not on a deadline either. Like, it's a completely arbitrary deadline. So
it's not like it's your magnum.
I will admit that like I was pretty fucking lazy at times. Like, there were times where I could have recorded and I just didn't. But and also the fact that like I am now recording at way lower volumes than I thought I could. Like I thought it would sound terrible to record at low volumes, but I kind of never really tested it out to see how bad it would sound. And now that I'm actually doing it, it sounds pretty good. Like it's decent. Like I mean, the Mark IV, like the amp that I'm using right now, like sounds pretty good at low volumes. So
is that the Mesa?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I always wanted to play it. I don't know much about amps, but like my dream rig would probably be like a Mesa Boogie.
Yeah,
And it sounded pretty awesome when we were recording it. So
yeah, there's one Mesa Boogie amp that like everybody knows about. It's like the dual rectifier, but
yeah,
this
that's the one.
yeah, this is like of the Mark series, which is a little bit less known, but like I honestly think they're better. Like it's like super versatile. It's like the most versatile amp ever, and it's like sick, and it's from the '90s. So that's yeah. What else could you want?
Yeah, I know. Tom DeLonge from Blink. Yeah, I dropped the name Blink, Davie.
That's fine.
You know me.
Before.
My favorite band of all time, of course.
Traitor.
It's basically it's the thing I get made fun of. But anyways, I always loved the live sound of his guitar, and he used Invaders, and they went through a Mesa Boogie, I believe. So I always loved that live tone. So I always wanted to have something like that. So that's why I like Mesa Boogies. He obviously ended up completely ruining his tone in later years because he I think he started like having like a direct input through the PA, which is like not a good idea, instead of just miking the Vox amps he was using. So I don't know what the idea of that was, but now I don't know what he's using now. I think he's using like what are they called? An Axe Live Effects or something.
Axe Effects 3.
Axe Effects.
Yeah.
Like everyone's using that now because I know the Smashing Pumpkins are, and that guy's doing it.
I mean, it's pretty cool. Like it's very tempting to use because it just simplifies everything like so much, you know? Like if you have one of those, you don't need a rig, you don't need pedals like or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
it just Axe Effects straight into the house with like a bunch of patches that are like sequenced like perfectly, so you don't even need to like switch pedals. Like so I see why people use it. It's yeah, it just like makes like playing live like so much more convenient. But like at the same time, like it's you know, it's not as fun. Like there's not the same mojo as like having the real stuff, you know, having the real pedals, the real amps right in front of you.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
like a real amp, like the way that like the speaker like moves air and like the cabinet, like you can't really replicate that with like an Axe Effects or like plugins or something like that, really.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool, but it seems too complicated for me. And my at the moment my live days are pretty much over. So it'll be a while till I play live again. So I guess I don't really have to worry about that, which kind of sucks because I miss putting my pedal board together and playing live. But and especially because I just got an Ampeg. I got an Ampeg 400 watt for scare tape, and I only used it at one practice, and then obviously I was supposed to play like one last show, but then the whole Corona happened, and I was not wanting to risk it, and I ended up leaving the band. So now I just record music in my room, which is pretty boring, but it is what it is.
Yep, the bedroom edition.
That's my new label.
2010s.
Yeah, I hate recording, to be honest. I like the end product, but I really hate the work. I hate working for it.
That's the thing. Like,
You don't like the process.
every time I actually do it, like I'm so glad that like and like I get something good. Like I'm so glad that I did it because it's like okay, like I actually like created something good and like it'll just be there forever. Like
Yeah.
you know, and like but like the process of doing it, like it's just like I don't know. Like I'm not like super prolific like some people are. Like it really takes me a long time to come up with stuff sometimes.
Yeah, and I got to worry about like takes and
I
whatnot.
need to be better at like just pushing shit out, you know? Like I'm always like doubting like whether like what I'm making is good or not, but like, you know, it's going to be good to someone. Like someone is going to think it's good. Like there's so much like mediocre music out there that like tons of people think is good. So it's just like
Yeah.
I might as well just put everything out that I can, whether it's mediocre or not, and then just like, you know, sift the best ideas from the less good ideas, and then take that and make that like an EP or an album or something like that.
Yeah, like for our Instagram, I like to post little updates about what's going on just for that free content because we're not really that much active on YouTube other than the podcast, just for obvious reasons. So I just like to post stuff on the Instagram for fun. stuff I would probably want to post on my main Instagram, but I like to keep it a little bit more uniform. So I just, I kind of spam our Hey Now account, which David knows. But I would start posting some of the recording process, and I've been posting some of the vocals because some of them I actually kind of like the take of them, and even if they aren't perfect, I'm starting to just like post them anyways because I kind of like them and a little bit proud of them. Because if like this was me like a couple years ago, I would probably never have my vocals show the light of day because I am not a good singer, and I have that huge stage fright. But like it's kind of I still have it, but I'm kind of loosening up at the moment because everybody kind of has their thing, and even if you aren't a good singer, if you're like somewhat subpar as a good singer, you might that might be your thing. That might be your thing, and I'm kind of trying to hold on to that, like not focus on perfection, just working with what I got.
Yeah, my singing is so bad that I don't even attempt it. And
Sang like one time, we almost had you do the backup vocals for Apparitions, or you were going to do the clean vocals. You were like sang one line. I thought it was all right. I mean, you got a pretty good speaking voice, so I was kind of like, he'd probably be a good singer. So
yeah, I have some of the worst vocal range of all time, though. Like,
yeah, my vocal range is horrible, and like anytime you hear me trying to hit a higher note, it's always like strained.
like all those Weezer songs we tried to do were too high. Like that was.
Oh my god! Like when we were playing "You Gave Your Love to Me Softly," I still remember that that take that. Well, the second version we did because we had to play it twice, and oh man, that it just was not good.
Well, dude, I fucked up too because I had my I had a distortion pedal and a fuzz pedal on at the same time, which just took everything and just compressed it into complete shit. Like it was so fucked. So my guitar just sounded like a I don't know, just a straight up dumpster fire, and it was barely even audible. So yeah, we just had bass. Like all I had was bass and your vocals. Like after.
It was weird because we played the sweater song, and it always was like I did actually pretty well on that one. That was probably the best performance of the sweater song. I'm glad we ended it somewhat clean and not like a mess like the other songs. The only two songs we actually played pretty well were Buddy Holly and the sweater song. So our first and last song. So, but
yeah, people somehow seemed entertained. Like it was.
Yeah, that was really weird. Somebody was supposed to introduce the band and no one did it, so I had to, and I was like scared shitless because I had no idea what to say. And I'm not good at public speaking, so it was like deer in the headlights because there was like this huge light just on top of us. I couldn't see anything.
Oh yeah, dude, I would have had nothing. I would have been like.
Yeah, and when we like made like a little mess up, I like to make a little joke just to make it like lighthearted, just ease the tense and whatnot. But it probably just made me look even worse. Yeah, I don't get that.
God. Yeah, because like it's such a risk too, trying to be like funny in a very awkward situation because you could even make yourself look more cringy than you already are. So it's like, do I try to save this with like a lighthearted joke, or do I just shut up and go with it?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like oh, we're so bad, haha. Even though we kind of are.
Yeah,
I like laugh. I try to laugh at myself, so it's not like. So there's not like so much tension going on. I just gotta like because you gotta entertain the crowd because we're free entertainment. I know it's like an open mic and no one could give a shit, but like it's entertainment. You gotta kind of entertain the crowd. So, there's a little mess up and it's kind of awkward, but I'm just like, I guess we didn't. I don't even know what I said. I have the video, but you get what I mean, basically.
Oh, I haven't listened to like the mix.
I try not to listen to it.
Dude, I can't do it because I'm just like it just sounds like shit to me. Like especially my playing. Like I just listen to everything I'm doing. And I'm like, oh my god, like this is like.
I just like I look at myself playing and singing, and I don't know why my whole posture is so bad. Like I think I always I'm probably the only one who does this, but I like to like it's not like it's kind of like air guitar, but it's like air performing. Like I like to listen to songs and like act like I'm playing them live, even if I don't have my guitar with me in my hand. And I just like to act out all that stuff. So I think I would have my stage presence down, and then when I look at me actually performing, I'm over here like lunched over for no reason. I'm literally like angled towards to the left side of the stage where you are, and it's just so weird. And then I do like the little hair flip, and it's not even a hair flip. I just look like I'm having a concussion live on stage.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to remember all that stuff because like you're just multitasking like with everything.
Like it's just it's instinct, but like
at the same time while like also like having like showmanship, you know. So,
yeah.
You know, it takes some muscle memory, and I don't have that much experience playing live and stuff like that. So like I thought I had everything down pat, and then like as soon as I got up on stage, you know, like everything just goes out the fucking window, and it's like you're basically just like going off of like you're just going on autopilot at that point. And like the whole time I was just trying to focus on like not tensing up and like, you know, just keeping loose and like just chilling out, like not being so like nervous and stuff like that, because like as soon as like you start to like overthink it, like then you start like actually screwing up and like just bombing it like you would like a speech or something like that.
Weren't you like drunk or something? I swear you were trying to like either get drunk or high before the performance, or that
No,
was
that was during like literally every
oh
practice. Yeah.
oh, because I know Jacob was, and I was literally watching him from the bar, and I told him that better be water.
It really was. I no, I afterwards I think I commented saying like, oh yeah, if I had like a beer or two, it probably would have actually. I probably
Yeah,
would've-
yeah, you said that. I remember you said that.
just like right now. If I had a beer or two right now, I would probably be cooler and more charismatic than I am. But you know,
I was just
Live.
yeah, rock and roll, man. Yeah, the only song I could kind of listen to is probably I can probably only listen to the Sweater Song because I actually wasn't too bad, but the problem is that I look at myself, I do this random head thing, and it just looks like someone like smacked me, like somebody like some ghost just smacked the shit out of me. Like it just looks so awkward. Like it was supposed to be like some kind of cool thing, like you know, like how when you like hear like you know like a singer like playing guitar and he's singing into the mic and then he has a chance to breathe and he kind of does the weird like look to the side of the stage or do some random hair flip.
yeah. I mean, I guess being kind of cringy and like is like in the spirit of Weezer anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it all worked out.
Proud.
I'm trying to I had the only good thing for me is that I had like a concert in I had a show with Scare Tape like a couple weeks ago. Before that concert, like I had like two shows on top of each other and two different things. So I guess I had a little bit of live experience. But the funny thing is with that Scare Tape show, the older bands, the little bigger bands, I like to call them they're like the parent bands. They are the ones that have been given Scare Tape their shows so far, and they're pretty cool. And Devil Pill, which is one of those bands, he said, "Hey guys, let's all dress up for Halloween." And I was debating about doing it because I wanted to wear like my hoodie or whatever and try to look cool for once on stage because I was always wear something questionable and look lame. And I was like, I want to look cool this time. And then they said, oh, but you know, they want to do something like dress up. The funny thing is, not much people actually did it. I think only like maybe two people in the other band did it, or maybe like the other band because there's like three different bands that played, including us. But nobody in Scare Tape dressed up except Zorian, the drummer. He may have put on some like makeup or something, you know, and maybe if some fake blood because I know Tyler, the guitarist, he put some, you know, he did that fake blood thing. And I'm over here with a Kenny costume, front and center. Like I actually went out, got orange sweatpants, orange hoodie, orange parka, not or the parka head thing, and I'm full out dressed up as Kenny, and I'm literally stage center to fit me, and it's
image of that is fantastic.
It's a sight. I mean, it was kind of like weird for me because I don't like to stand out much. I don't like when I'm like the center of the attention. But like they also said to dress up for Halloween, man. Everybody was being pussies. Like, come on, man, have some fun.
Right.
I'll send a picture in the
at least
chat.
it's Halloween though, so it's exciting.
Yeah, and it was just a fun little thing. So it was nice. I ended up I had to sing on once. I had to sing on we covered Halloween by the Misfits, and it was our closing song, and my vocals actually weren't that bad, but like I missed. I forgot the lyrics, and I've been trying to study them on like the ride onto to the show, and I I messed up the lyrics. But oh well. And yeah, like I did a take when we were practicing, and it was a lot better because I actually recorded it, and I liked it a lot better than my actual performance. But you gotta deal with it. Everything's all spontaneous. You kind of have to live in the moment.
Yeah, I mean like you're gonna be comparing it to the practices and be like, oh my god, like what happened? Like I thought I was good at guitar. Like
Yeah, and I remember when we played Shame at the end. There's this part where the bass, it's just the bass, and I play, and then there's a part where the drums come in, and then the whole band comes in, obviously. And I wanted to get into it, so I did like this little headbang thing, and my bass hit the guitarist, like it just knocked him. And I had my Jackson bass. And if you know Jackson basses, they have like this really pointy headstock, so it's kind of like a dagger in a way. But it was fun.
Yeah, you just harpooned him with the bass.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the video. It's oh man, it is what it is. But yeah, it was fun. I like how we totally just started improvising. That's usually how the No Effort podcast goes.
Yeah, we never go on the script.
I it's funny because I actually put a lot of effort into these scripts, and then we never use them. But they're good to just keep there just in case if we get lost.
Back.
We were supposed to introduce you, man. I don't think we did. We said, oh hey, it's Tanner and whatnot, but we never I guess you don't need much of an introduction, You're my guitar friend. You graduated, and you're like a state away, and you play the strings. That's it, I guess.
Yeah, it's a very simple life of a simple boy.
Yeah. I guess we can talk about how this all started. If you don't remember, this wouldn't have happened if Andy didn't send me a message on Reddit. That's like the crazy thing. He's like the internet friend I actually met. But I wasn't his friend until I actually met him, because he was like, hey, I was posting in the WVU subreddit because I was in a dorm and I was wondering if I could bring my amp and guitar up there, whatnot. And while I was talking about that stuff, and everybody's like, it's okay to an extent, just don't be like banging away at like 3 a.m. of course. And anyway, so he messaged me about that guitar club. And I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to meet all these people. I'm going to find all these musicians and whatnot. It's going to be epic. And yeah, I said epic, Davie. Sorry. And well, so when that happened, the funny thing is that I lasted there for like maybe a couple meetings, and then I just stopped going. It was not as fun, because I remember telling you this, is that when we were there, I forgot all the songs that I know how to play. So I'm just awkwardly just fiddling on my bass or my guitar, just whatever one it is. And you're over here shredding. So no, you're kind of chilled out. It was, what's his name? Oh my God, I forget his name. I know
So okay, so the way it usually went down, yeah. So there would just be me,
Clancy.
I'd be sitting there and I'm ready to play whatever. Then Clancy comes in.
Yeah, it was Clancy. He's just full on shredding. I'm just looking at him
it's all it's all Opeth all the time. And
he taught me one thing.
And like he would just keep having me like harmonize Opeth riffs with him. So yeah, we're just shredding death metal like the entire time, while there's like 5 or 6 other people in the guitar club, and they all like play like acoustic and stuff like that. Like the range of styles, like there was not like a single person that like played the same type of music like in the entire club. Like I'm pretty sure the people who had the closest musical chemistry was like you and I. Like
That's the weirdest thing, because I didn't even, because I originally just saw you like metal and stuff like that, and then you kind of somehow liked Weezer, which that kind of makes sense. I mean, Weezer's kind of
I have a very
some
weird.
No, I do too. I like I'm trying not to even like go with like guilty pleasures anymore. If I like it, I like it. I mean, it's just all over the place. If it's catchy or it sounds cool, I like it.
Yeah, because I mean, I used to like when I started playing guitar. Like my original inspiration to play guitar was like the SpongeBob movie. Like at the end, like the Goofy Goober rock. Like like the guitar.
Oh, I love
solo.
that song.
Yeah.
There's like a really epic guitar solo in it, and like there's this one image that's like they inverted the color scheme or something like that, and the dude is like shredding on the guitar, and like
It's like deep fried.
My brain like for like years. And then I got like Rock Band for PS3 like on Christmas or something like that with like the fake guitars. And like once I started playing that, I was like, okay, like I actually want to like learn like real guitar. So yeah. Oh, and there was also like this Fruit by the Foot commercial like where like this dude was shredding. So yeah, that's my inspiration, SpongeBob and Fruit by the Foot. And yeah, I do not regret that at all. I'm glad I went on the guitar rabbit hole from that. And yeah, dude, video games.
I think that was deep fried, man. Like the little shredding part. I think it like reminds me of like deep fried memes.
Oh yeah, it was like a deep fried meme. Yeah. Dude, it's like it's the same idea, or like the same little visual trick.
Yeah, I had that song as my ringtone one time when I was like 13 or something, and I was just like messing around. I was just walking through the neighborhood, and all of a sudden, somebody called me, and like this old lady who used to be my neighbor, she was just like walking along. She probably didn't hear anything, and all of a sudden, you hear "The Goofy Goober Rock," and it was so embarrassing. But like, I just love that song, and I didn't realize. Oh, great! It's some kind of '80s hair metal song, apparently.
Oh yeah, like Twisted Sister.
I Want to Rock or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Goofy Goober version better, to be honest.
I heard the Goofy Goober version first. I never even.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, so that's the OG one in my eyes. Just like He-Man said hey instead of whatever. I don't even know what the real song is called, like Four Non-Blondes, What's Going On or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not
the
gonna
classics.
sing the whole thing, but
That was pretty good.
I see what's going on.
yeah, that's a classic.
I kind of want to listen to it now. I gotta look that up again. That was pretty good.
Your prostate exam.
Any cry?
You Mattel toy selling whore.
Skeletor's an OG. We all know that.
And, what's his name? Mosquitor? Fuck, I can't remember his name.
The Skeletor?
No, there's a character in He-Man called Mosquito. It's like a mosquito. It's like a red bug looking thing. Yeah, I know Skeletor. yeah, but they got a bunch of weird characters in the series. It's fucking crazy.
Out of my way, beast.
Who was that guy that switches?
Yeah, like
I can't remember. It's like his head turns around full 360, and there's like a new face and stuff. I don't know. He-Man's weird, but pretty cool world.
yeah, dude. It's those '80s cartoons. It's
wacky tobacco, brother.
Yeah.
I love in that Goofy Goober song. They switched to like a live action like version of like SpongeBob hands, or just like real life hands playing the guitar, but just like colored yellow. I just
yeah,
I love that. That was great.
No, yeah, that's like legitimately. I can't even say it. I'm sorry. That's legitness. a
Oh my
pretty good
fucking
song. Yeah, I brought it back
Legit.
to like 2015, I think. That
God.
one really bad meme. Yeah, that wasn't funny. Oh, by the way,
Whip Harambe.
okay,
God. Except for Harambe.
you know the devil chant, Baby Shark. Yeah, they
Oh,
made a version on
Yeah.
Nick Jr. with like the wash your hands, and it kept going on for so long. I was like ready to kill myself right there in front of everybody.
I actually danced to Baby Shark for 10 hours straight on stream.
What?
Yeah,
what
he
Are you okay, man?
he's ascended to godhood, unlike us.
it was great. Like he was at the last 10 minutes, and then someone was like at that point he had gotten so fatigued and like tired that his dancing was just like nothing. Like he was just kind of standing there, and then someone's like, "I'll donate $100 if you like put effort into this for the next 10 minutes." And then
Oh
like
my
he
God.
like immediately springs back into action and is
That's
like
the adrenaline.
dancing with so
Right.
much
Motivation.
with so much passion to the Baby Shark.
Yeah,
It was
that's the
quite
adrenaline kicking in.
inspiring.
Yeah, I thought you said you were doing it. Like, why would you do that, Tanner? And then I was, oh, you're talking about somebody else.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
that's what
I was confused for a second.
that's what I've been doing for money in the quarantine.
So how you making money, man?
Right. Hey, man. Ramen packets are not going to pay for themselves.
But yeah,
I mean, basically,
this guy's actually like a fucking idiot. Like he like, that's like all he does. He just did like a 10-hour Cheeto, like a bath in like Cheetos,
Oh
and
my
like also
God.
he like, did like a milk bath where he just no, it wasn't
Is he
even
gonna
10 hours.
suck?
It was like 24 hours. Like yeah, just like laying in a bathtub filled with Cheetos and like eating the Cheetos is his only source of food.
Yeah, I don't.
But he doesn't even like stay in
I'm
there the whole
kinda
time. He still
concerned.
has to go to the bathroom and stuff. So
Just pee in it.
it's kind of lame.
Like,
Yeah, I know that's like what that would be the hardcore version. Like that, you know, that'd be some crazy shit.
the Chad version.
Yeah, like an endurance artist, like David Blaine or something.
Yeah, they go off topic.
dude
When you were
takes
saying
himself
how
in the
you
ice.
you said you were starting out on guitar. It was kind of weird when I started out because my dad had like a friend who I guess he just like just casually just shreds for no reason. And he brought him into my room and he just like busts out this like $1,000 Stratocaster and just starts shredding the guitar in my room. I'm like, what the hell? It was he's pretty epic. I've been wanting to jam with him, but he said, oh, we'll jam and whatnot. And basically it's at this point where like I can somewhat play guitar now and keep up with him. Maybe not keep up with him, but like, not like fumble like an idiot because it's been so long. But yeah, I'm the idea of why I wanted to kind of start it was just because I think there's this band I liked, and I just like hearing him playing, just like seeing him on stage and whatnot. I was like, oh, I want to do that, I guess, or I just want to make music, and I got lucky, and somehow my music isn't entirely shit. So it's not that inspiring, I guess. Yours is more entertaining.
Yeah, and going back to the guitar club, like, I mean, I found the guitar club from like a sign, like in like one of the halls in at West Virginia University,
Yeah.
and like yeah, it was the same thing for me. I was like so excited. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna like meet like all these guitarists and like have like all these connections, and we're gonna like do like all this stuff. And like yeah, like when I went to the first meeting, like just like it was pretty much exactly the way that it goes like went while you were coming to the meetings. Just like just a complete shit show, like of
Like
just
3 people
just,
showed up, and then Andy had to go teach some people how to play guitar, and he went in the hall with all these acoustic people, and then it was just you, me, and Clancy, and we were just like just making noise. I'm over here in the corner trying to be quiet because I didn't want to interrupt the random improv solo shredding going on.
That's right. He had a problem of like turning his amp up like so loud. Like he was by far the loudest one like in the entire thing, and he would just keep shredding like all these like ridiculous like metal riffs. Like it was just like so like unself-aware. It was just kind of funny. Like, and
like he's a good guitarist though, but like it's just like
he's good.
No, like I follow him for like his guitar things and whatnot. I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. whatnot. But like, it's just it could be like anybody, man. It's just so awkward when you're like you're not in the zone. And I think when he taught me how to do like this one thing on guitar, and it was like he was doing this like random like trying to do like this like dear God, he was trying to like solo or something, doing just like fingering a lot of notes and whatnot. And here's this saying where, oh hey, you can get your pick, and then you could just keep tapping on a string really hard, and it kind of makes it sound like you're, I don't know, shredding or some shit. I did it horribly.
Like tapping with a pick.
I would try to do it, but like the things is that we had like this little guitar like duel going on like a couple episodes ago, and we realized is that once we recorded it, none of the audio actually showed up, so we lost all the footage. So it was basically David just talking to himself. So what we had to do is that we just put like random sound clips in there for like ultimate, like just make it like a dank fucking meme right there.
Yeah.
Like we had Home Depot music, we had like Minecraft music, all that. Like it just we just like improvised right there because it just gone to shit. But it was fun live, but it wasn't fun when we like actually recorded it. I'm gonna actually see if I can try to do it because I probably can't. Like he was basically like he was taking the end of the pick, he turned it upside down and he uses the more like flat area, and just started like kind of like hitting the.
It's just like tapping with your finger, but you like use the side of the pick to do it instead.
It's like tapping for losers who can't tap, which is like basically me. I can't tap. Why not? But
it's kind of fun to do.
Yeah, but I think the only time like it was kind of weird though, because when we first we did that whole Weezer Geezers thing, and that was kind of funny how that came together, because I guess we all just like randomly came to your apartment. And you know what? I'm gonna say one thing. Even the guitar club thing kind of fell short. I kind of feel bad. I feel bad for Andy on that, because I kind of like, to be honest, even though I didn't really enjoy it after it all came, once I started actually participating in it and whatnot, but it had a good idea, and technically it did work for what the intentions I wanted, which was to meet somebody I can play with,
right?
Which is you and Andy and whatnot.
Well, that was my original intention. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna find someone who's good, and then we're just gonna make stuff and that was gonna be that. And there was one person who was really good, in the early days of the club, named TJ, but he was more of he pretty much solely played classic rock and stuff like that, and just Jimi Hendrix and stuff like that. So he was very good to jam with, and so we were able to do gigs and stuff, and just improv everything and just jam, and Andy would sort of just sort of fill in with the chords or whatever.
Yeah.
And that worked really well, and that was really fun, but we didn't we didn't really have any writing chemistry. So yeah, that didn't even happen at all until I met you 2 years into the club, and I have no idea how I stayed in the club. I don't know why I didn't quit.
Yeah, I was
the first day, because I was so off put by the first meeting that I went to, because it was just so much lamer than I thought it was going to be, just because the first meeting I went to, almost nobody had an amp, even with them. So yeah, it was just a bunch of people just sitting there. It really did reminded me of Guitar Center, where everyone just sort of sitting there playing their own stuff, and not
That's
really
it basically was Guitar Center.
But, there was no jamming going on, which is what I expected. I thought everyone was going to be just coming up with random jams and stuff, because that's what I would do in high school with my my music class. I was in so I did this really weird program called the International Baccalaureate, which is this weird standardized version of high school, which gives you a separate fancy little diploma, even though it's not all that it's cracked up to be at all, because half all these schools don't even accept IB credit, and they just accept AP credit instead. So you might as well just take AP instead of IB. It's basically just a fancy world standardized version of AP, that is not really that useful at all. But anyways, yeah, in that class I was in basically what you would call like AP music, where like we were like doing like a whole bunch of like weird like analyzing of like classical music and stuff, and like, you know, looking at the sheet music and having to write like paragraphs and like pages and stuff about like exactly like what's going on in the music. So that was like really tough. But
that
like
would make you like quit music, honestly.
Yeah, and during the entire class though, all we did was slack off. Like we would just go and just jam, like, and just not even talk. Like me and like this one kid and like me and two other kids would just go into this like elevator room, the elevator, like just where the elevator is, and we would just like not say anything and just jam and like use like visual cues and like, you know, like multiples of like 4 bars just to like figure out when to like change things and stuff like that. So it was like super organic and like just like, you know, we would just get started and just get going and just go, and it was just really fun. So like that's what I expected like the guitar club to be. But like, you know, and there were like every once in a while like jams like that, but for the most part, like there was no cohesion at all between the people in the club.
Yeah, I was not.
Some
in
people
it
just
that much.
aren't, like some people just don't know, like they don't like have like the certain skill that is required to like be able to play like with other people, you know. Like there's like, it's one thing to be able to like know how to play like a riff or like a lick that like you learned off of like tabs or something like that, but like it's another thing to like actually be able to like play with like other musicians and like interact with them and like know when to like start, when to stop, like you know, and how to like improvise and like come up with shit on the spot. Like that's another thing that,
that's like the thing, because I'm like, technically, if you like look at us as just like, you know, friends and whatnot, we've been like friends for only like maybe a couple of months and whatnot, and after that we've been like we would keep in touch and whatnot, but like if it was like, if we like take the musical part away, it would probably just be more to like casual friends and anything. But like that whole music thing, even though I don't know exactly if you feel the same way, but that makes me feel like if you have like a chemistry musically, that kind of makes you feel a lot closer to the person, even if you don't know exactly 100% about them. Like it just, and the weird thing is that I've been like in a band for like 2 years and whatnot, and they would jam and whatnot, but I would just play the same notes and whatnot because I wouldn't know what to do exactly on bass. And I was kind of scared shitless when we just started jamming, because even though it was fun, I did not expect that I would keep going for so long. And if you watch that video, I actually kind of held myself up pretty well, and the chemistry was like, just because we were playing the Apparitions riff, and even though we did not get this on camera, I came up with it on the spot, a really poor version of it, and then you started learning it like at the moment spontaneously. And that was like a crazy moment, like, oh my god, this is actually happening. And it's just crazy because you start doing that. You start doing that, and I started improving over it, and it was just, wow, I'm actually like playing pretty well. Like I never did something like this. I usually either play like either tabs I know, which I usually don't. I usually play some of the stuff I made up, and I even forget that, and it's not really, it's whatever. And I'm usually the bass man, so me playing on guitar is usually kind of uncommon and like in that capacity. So when we started jamming and we had that spontaneous chemistry going off each other, I was like, wow, this is really it. Like it was like a magical moment right there for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like not to like gas myself up or anything like that, but like I mean that's like one skill that like I'm like glad I have, like just like being able to hear like what someone else is playing and then like quickly just like figure it out and like play it, and then it's like we're very quickly on the same page playing the same chord progression, like, you know, in the same key, and it's like we can just very quickly just build off that, almost like you looped it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I was
like, if someone can't really hear a chord progression, like, and just like figure it out like really quickly, like it's that just like makes jamming and stuff like just flow much faster, you know? And like the spontaneity of it is like what makes it good. Like you just like laid down like this like guitar lick like that was literally perfect, like on the first try.
I know, the funny thing is
I figured it out like note for note, and like listened to it over and over and over, and like what I played on the final version is exactly what you just improv'd, like, and I would not like change a single thing about it, because like
I'm glad,
like even like the little like just like every like part about it was like perfect. And like when I was like trying to think about it and like play it, like all the versions that I was doing were like straight up inferior to like what you originally played, you know. So I'm like, okay, I just need to actually figure this out like note for note and make sure that it's perfect, like exactly the way that it
I'm
was,
kind of
you know?
glad you did it, because I remember I did that and I was looking back at that video we recorded, and I really loved that part. And the funny thing is, I tried to replicate it on my guitar, the exact notes, and for some reason I couldn't even get it. Like, I couldn't even figure out how to do it. Like, I was getting some notes in there, I was listening to it over and over and over, but I'm like, what am I missing? Because this doesn't sound right. Like, it just sounded perfect in that moment, and I couldn't really get it that well. And I think you probably did the best at replicating it, because I couldn't.
Yeah,
But
it's just weird. Like, even like the guitar solo that I did, like a good amount of it was like just like a random take that I did where like I just like bullshitted some notes, but like the bullshitted notes actually like turned out like pretty decent. So like I just like took the parts of that I liked, and then like, you know, just like filled in like the other parts that like sort of like felt like they needed to be there, like the long bend like at the end, and like all that like shit, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And
that's
just like the spontaneity of just like improving it, like just made it better, just because like I don't know,
That's
just
kind of like
just not thinking and just letting it
That's-
flow out of you, you know.
that's kind of the problem, because sometimes when I'm like recording something I'm supposed to be recording, I'll just be jamming out of like, you know, frustration or just procrastinating, and I'll come up with something and I'll like, oh, this is really cool. I'll record it on my phone, and then when I look at it like a year later, I try to like learn the parts I made. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Oh yeah, that can definitely be a problem. And like for me, like one thing, like I'll play stuff that like actually sounds cool, but like I won't really realize it sounds cool until like I actually like recorded it.
Yeah.
Or like there'll be something that I played and I'm like, oh, okay, this like that definitely sounded cool, but I didn't record it on my phone and I have no idea how to replicate it. Like I don't even know what I just did. It happens to me all the time. And it's like, yeah, I can't just like have my phone on recording all the time, every single time I play guitar, just to, you know, on the off chance that something that I randomly play sounds cool.
Yeah, but like honestly, for some part of me, like I don't know why, but that jam video, that was kind of like, I kind of wish we went more in that direction, because even though we did salvage some of the parts that we jammed on,
I know. I just
it's-
listened to like parts of it and like.
I know, like, I just wish it. I mean, I like the finished
Yeah.
product, but at the same time, I feel like those, you know how I said those random Blink influences? I feel like that really influenced the way that song kind of got structured, and I wish that we kind of kept to the original version, because it had like a really early Modest Mouse feel.
No, I was about to say the original
part.
version sounded way more Modest Mouse like. There was something about the guitar tone in the jam that just sounded so fucking good. Like,
yeah, like Annie's. I literally just went on some random part of Annie's amp, and I actually love the guitar tone. It's funny because he had knockoff Invaders, and that was like a really good clean tone, and even my Jazz Master couldn't replicate it that well.
see, I mean that's like a problem. Like I sort of realized now that like I was using like a lot, like definitely not enough bass in the clean tones. Like,
yeah,
for
I wish you
lot
were
of
turned up a
guitars.
bit. Yeah, I was a little bit too loud. We couldn't really hear you that much in that video, but like, so that was just a really spontaneous moment right there. I wish we had the video of us actually learning the song like live, but like, you know, but that video we did get, that was pretty good as well. So I really kind of wish that song kind of went in that direction a little bit more, and I didn't just, you know, turn it into like, luckily we had outside, you and Andy were able to kind of make it into something of its own and not some Blink-182 ripoff I had us before, but I really wish we kind of went in that direction more. But the thing is that we were on a time crunch, because I didn't know you were graduating, and I was like, well, crap, we can't just be jamming for like 2 weeks straight, because we're not going to get anything done. So I kind of like took it in the hands of what I had going on. I just went with it with that demo and then recorded it, and then we started going from there.
Yeah, that's right. You knew that I was graduating, but like you thought it would be in the spring,
it was like
right?
Yeah, the funny thing is, even if you were, if you were
Yeah.
even graduating like in spring, it wouldn't have worked out anyways, because this whole quarantine shit fucked us over.
Right.
It ruined everything, man. Yeah, I remember you were gonna say stuff like, "Oh, hey, I might stop by back in Morgantown," and then that never happened because we ended up having to go back home in March.
I know.
I don't even know what's gonna. I don't even know what's like gonna happen because, yeah, I ended up having to live in a dorm again, which kind of makes me go insane. But if you think of it, I wanted to try to get an apartment with my two friends, but they already signed a lease. And the thing, I was kind of upset at that, but then I realized, well, they're kind of downtown anyways, and I have my license, but I still can't technically drive. So technically, I would probably just be screwed. So it's probably a good thing to stay in the dorm. So I get the practicality of it, but I really did not want to deal with all these people again because it's unbearable.
Yeah, I mean, living in an apartment without a car is like definitely annoying. Like I
Yeah.
did that sophomore year, like when I was at Virginia Tech, and it sucked. Like I like basically never had food because I couldn't like drive the food home. Like I would just like walk to the grocery store and like carry like whatever I could carry. I like lived pretty close to the grocery store. Luckily, like otherwise I would
Yeah.
just have to like pay my like friends off to or just like Uber there or something like that. And Uber was like relatively new at the time. Like I don't know. I've been in school for a fucking long time.
I used to like Uber twice, like earlier this year, like right before the quarantine thing, because I had to go to Blues Alley Studio for something Mon Hills related. I wanted to ask somebody for a ride, but I'm like, well, she's a nice person. I don't want to bother her and whatnot. And she didn't even come to the session, so that was not going to work out anyways. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to bite the bullet and order my first Uber. And I was kind of like terrified at first, but it was all right. I made sure like the jump whenever I had to, and if I had to. And anyways, when we were on the way there, he kind of took the wrong turn by accident. I was like, oh, that's not good. Am I gonna die? And then no, we ended up there, and it was all right. I actually kind of liked it, other than like you have to pay for a ride, but
Wrong turn.
Well, the first Uber I took was like $45, but I don't regret it.
yeah, it was. I'll probably
And
use it
was
more.
just me. Like we didn't split the fare or anything like that. I was just Ubering home from Chester, trying to get the fuck out of Chester,
Yeah,
PA.
yeah. That Blues Alley Studio was like, it was kind of like it was like where you're like, if you're going to like the University Town Center, but you just take like a different route. So it wasn't that far. It was like 5 minutes drive. Anyways, but I mean, I'm not a big fan of the dorms just because of the practicality of it. I like my own bathroom, and I would like to not have to deal with people yelling outside the hallway 24/7. But at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
time, I'm not real. Dude, I can't even cook, man. I remember I was in a cooking class in high school, and the only thing I learned was how to put a cake together and microwave it, and it was a cake in a mug, so it really wasn't even a cake. So
Okay, yeah.
I
mean,
would probably not survive in an apartment. So it's probably a good
I
thing I
learned
ended up
everything
in
I
a
learned
dorm.
about. I learned everything I learned about cooking from like YouTube. Like
Yeah, I remember you
the
said
first thing
that.
I made was like guacamole, and like that like taught me how to like I'm like okay I can like chop up these like vegetables and stuff and like take these avocados and like cut them open and like just like mash all that stuff and mix it up together and there you go, you got like a delicious dip, and like that was like kind of the start of it.
Fuck, I'm
And
hungry now.
it's like okay
Yeah, I
you
had
can like
guacamole earlier, man. It's
it's like
pretty
okay
good.
you can vegetables and cut them up, and you can like take meat and cut that up, and then you can like throw it in a pan, and then you have like a cooked thing, and it's like whoa, like cooking is actually like not hard. Yeah, that's
I
kind
have
of
no
how.
idea. I have no idea if I ate your food before. I don't think I have, because I remember one time we were like recording. I think you were making yourself some dinner and whatnot. We were taking like a break or something.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Like one time I made like literally like recreated like Popeye's chicken sandwiches. So like I don't know if you got a taste of that, that would have been good.
I don't think I have, because I don't know why, because I think I remember every time we would record, it'd be kind of late, so I would just get home, and then I think you would probably give me a ride home because it'd be really late, and then I would go and call up Uber Eats and get some kind of really crappy food to eat, and then go to
Oh my
bed.
god, dude, I've wasted so much money on Grubhub and like
I still get notifications and like, I'm home, man. My parents cook for me.
yeah, it's
I'm not on my own anymore. But that dorm, I'm in like a different tower now. I'm not in Bennett. I'm in the Brook Tower, which is like like when you enter that little loop in towers, it's literally the first one you see. So it's like the farthest one out towards everything, and it's like the closest to like Kroger's. So that's like the only good thing about it. But like other than that, I just think I'm gonna have to walk more. But dude, I don't even know if like we're even gonna be up here for more than a week. I know it's gonna backfire. Like there's no way you're gonna get all these kids to obey social distancing laws and to wear a mask. They're gonna do it anyways. They're gonna have parties. You can't stop them. They're all doing it for the freaking football money.
Me and my mom were out yesterday to Crogetto, and like literally no one was like wearing a mask. Well, not literally no one. There was like a couple of people that was wearing a mask, but they were like usually old people. And there was like a employee wearing a mask. He was an old man, but he wasn't even wearing it right. His nose wasn't covered. His mouth was covered, but his nose wasn't. It's like,
well, he tried. At least he tried. That's
at
more
least
than
he
I
tried.
would expect.
At least he had a mask on, right? At least he had a mask on. He fucked up on the simplest thing ever, but hey, he's old. I get it. But there was like kids walking around, and it pisses me off when people stare at you when you have a mask on as if you're the dipshit.
Yeah, exactly. Like dude,
yo,
this is the thing I don't get. Like, look, this isn't some conspiracy theory coined by the Dems
bullshit
to convert
AIDS
America to Islam. Like, come on, dude. No one wants to be in this. No one wants to be wearing a mask. But it's all this is inconvenient. But like, look, we have to at least do something to try to slow it down. But we can't.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no one wants to be in this. This is what people don't get. And you got all the boomers raging. My dad won't. My dad doesn't like wearing a mask. He does it when he has to. Don't worry. But he throws a fit about wearing a mask. Like, come on, man. Like, just do it. This is inconvenient for me. This is inconvenient for you. This is inconvenient for everybody. Just do it, man.
You're just wearing a piece of whatever of material around your mouth. I mean, how irritating can that be? I don't know.
I mean, he works in a pharmaceutical company, so I don't know if he has to do it a lot, but I heard he doesn't, so I don't get it. Like, just deal with it, man. Nobody wants to be in this. Let's just get through this until it's over. Or if we
I don't know if this
fighting,
is like a hot take or not, but like I don't really think the masks do shit, and I think
That's
they
what my
actually
dad
might be
says.
counterproductive because I mean a virus is like 1,000 times smaller than a germ, and like I mean literally like when you fart like you can smell that like through like your pants or something like that, like that those particles are going into your mouth like whether you like it or not. So it's like if someone steps into a car with me and like we're both wearing a mask, like if I have the virus, like they're still going to be breathing it in, like no questions asked. Like you are taking a risk. Like so technically every time someone goes out and is in contact with everyone, they're still at risk. Like you know, I mean at hospitals they wear masks, but it's not really for breathing in viruses. It's more for like things like blood splatter, like bigger types of splatters that like things that can happen. Like you know, I mean, that's my take on it. And I've heard a lot of other takes on it as well. And I definitely think like the coronavirus is like, you know, it's a real thing and it definitely is a problem. But I think like the mask is more of like a measure to just make people feel safe than it is
Yeah, I
actually
mean,
like helping.
that's what kind of like what my dad kind of said. He thinks it doesn't really matter because you're going to get it somehow. But like at the same time, I saw like some things.
I mean, I get the
like,
idea of it, you know,
yeah.
like it could help, like even if it helps 1%, like that's still more than nothing.
Like I saw something. Yeah, I saw like a chart thing where it showed like different percentages. Instead of like if both people are wearing a mask, basically the risk of transmitting is like 1.4% or whatever. But like the thing, like here's the thing. At the end of the day, the worst thing you could do, even if like the mask work or not, the worst thing you could do is be inconveniencing yourself by wearing a piece of cloth over your face. Like, I mean, I don't really know the answers. I'm not a doctor. I don't
Am I
know
gonna
anything.
like crusade against it? Like hell no. Like it really
Like-
is not that big a deal. Like you know, like yeah, it's
Yeah.
annoying to breathe in. It fogs up your glasses, but like I mean, come on, it's first world problems. Like there's
Yeah.
other you know, bigger woes in this world than that.
Yeah, man, mask breath is real.
It also like there's a lot of you know asymptomatic people going around, and it's good to I guess like wear that mask just in case. Like I mean, like you said, you brought up a good point about like farting and shit. It's like either way, the particles like the mask is not like a be all end all, not at all. But it's good to have like some kind of protection, if not none, even though it's not very good protection. Social distancing is the real key to all this, but
Yeah.
wearing a mask is...
I'm basically paranoid, so I'm not going to risk it, man. And yeah, if some boomer out there wants to call me a snowflake or a cuck or whatever, they could go on right ahead. Because I don't want to risk it for my family or for myself.
Boy, cuck, boy. I don't know.
Like, it's not a freaking...
or red pilled.
It's somehow a political issue. That's why I don't get. But it is America, you know.
Yeah.
This
This is America. We live in a society.
We live in a society, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I don't really see WVU lasting that long. Not like for this whole plan they got going on. It's just I don't know if you actually seen it. You probably could care less because you got like life as a problem now and not just college work. So
are you also starting a week early? Because that's what my college is doing. We're starting a week early.
I have no idea when we start. It's like August, maybe the 19th. I don't know.
I think classes start. We're having this like a special instructional day on Saturday, which I've never experienced before. So that's going to be kind of shitty. But
I've been kind of ignoring the emails because I'm just getting like pissed off at this point. Like, because half the time it's just, hey, we got a sale going on, Father's Day sale. Buy our merch. Like, like you're supposed to be teaching me, man, not selling me shit. But
colleges got to sell their brand,
They're they got to make money somehow. I don't know exactly how it's going to go.
So dollar signs, not to be overly cynical.
I got to piss for a second, guys. I'll be right back. Y'all entertain each other.
Sure.
How long have you been recording?
Too long. I don't know. I think he's gone. Shit. I don't know. We probably recorded for a good hour.
That's good. This is the part where the awkward silences happen. We got to improv some shit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something.
Jarrett leaves. And we got nothing.
Fuck, dude. Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm gonna refer to the
to the script.
The script. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got to talk about the artwork. Well, I don't really know much about the artwork because that's Jarrett's friend, but he did make some really sick artwork.
Right.
This little single that we did.
I heard he was kind of a dickhead, though. To be honest, like I don't mean to like start any drama or anything. Like,
I wouldn't know. I have no idea what he's like as a person.
Right.
I guess maybe Jarrett can fill in the details soon.
Yeah. We'll just
stay tuned, viewers.
Yeah. Oh yes. Stay tuned. One or two people that actually drank enough alcohol to sit through this shit.
Yeah. How many people actually listen to this like consistently?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Or like I was asking, like how many people listen to it consistently?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fucking stupid. How many people? Honestly, I don't really check. I don't know. I don't like have the account, so I can't really check the analytics. I think I have I think Jerry gave me the password, and I never.
Oh God, to what?
The Hey Now account.
Oh yeah, I did, but I have no idea if you like remember it. That'd probably be weird if we had like two different people posting back and forth. So if you like need anything, you probably should just tell me what you want, and then.
I'm asking like how many people like listen to this consistently, and I wouldn't know.
What are you talking about?
Like
how many viewers do you have that tune into this podcast like every week?
Like 4. Dude, this is the problem. One of our main fans was Andy, and we made him a host. So now with him now a host, he doesn't count as like a fan. So technically, we lost our demographic by promoting him.
And now we've kind of like openly thrown shade at him at the same time.
No. We're talking about different Andy.
Ah.
He's the penguin man in the
Okay, I
under
was
the
about to
off-brand.
say, like, damn, you did that with Andy?
Yeah, no, he's not a host on here. Yeah, I don't think that would go well. But
We have standards. No, I'm kidding.
no, I
Yeah,
try to. Yeah,
You should
I
definitely make him an admin of this podcast.
honestly,
Andy,
I'm kind
Andy
of glad
Hall.
I'm glad I just got you because I'm pretty sure I'd just be jerking you off like the whole entire podcast. Like I'm pretty sure if I got like try to get more people in here, like if I I don't even think Dylan. I try to like I don't talk to Dylan that much to be honest because he's kind of like in a weird position where he was basically a singer for hire for this. So, but like he's a good sport. So
Well,
we're
I
like
found it hilarious that he actually like the little group chat that we had for the
that was
song.
so weird.
Like
I'm
he was
surprised
just like, hey, have you guys like heard this band? I was like,
No,
like
that was like
out
the
of
first.
nowhere.
That was the first message he sent to that chat in months.
Yeah, just like so casually, just like.
I mean, I kind of like felt bad for him because I realized that you, me, and Andy would talk a lot and go off topic, and I realized, well, shit, he's just getting all this spam.
Dude, it's
And-
fine. He's got a girlfriend. He doesn't give a shit. He's out of the loop, and he's just like, I'm pretty sure he's just floating with the wind at this point. Like,
I remember
he just randomly pops back in like nothing even happened, even though like 4 months have passed and like we haven't even like spoken to you.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad, but like at the same time, I didn't want to spam things. I mean, I know Andy was full on fuck Dylan. I mean, I was to an extent, I was kind of pissed
Dude,
off.
that's
Like,
the thing, dude. He's so like, oh my god.
like I understand
dramatic and shit.
to a point. There's a
Mm-hmm.
point where I was like kind of feeling somewhat the same way, but at the same time, man, I mean, I'm not going to be the dick here. Come on, life just happens, and I gotta like kind of realize is that you just kind of can't let it,
You guys
control you.
Fasto now?
I mean,
Huh?
again, like this is like all for fun. Like, we
Yeah.
never paid him to do this.
Yeah, like I was
he's
mad.
Just doing it,
I was,
he's just sort of like lending us a favor,
Mhm.
and like, it's unfortunate that we weren't able to get him for a longer amount of time and like record some more takes because like,
it would have been done.
I had
like,
very little to go to like
dude,
work with.
it would have
like,
been done in like January if he had like maybe like 20 more minutes.
Yeah, I mean that definitely would have like motivated me to like do the fucking guitar solo, which I like procrastinated on for an extremely long time.
The only thing I was like upset about was I just wish he listened to it more because he had way different vocal melody than I did. Rhythm. I mean,
that's not something I would ever do. Like if I was about to go record vocals for someone, like I'd be like, okay,
I would probably
I want to make sure
study it.
I need to like know this song. Like I need to like really know it. Like so that I can like do a good job, do it justice.
Personally, like after listening to it 1,000 times, I'm used to his version more than mine.
I can't even remember your version anymore because like I can't find it.
I listened to the demo like a couple like months ago, and I just straight up deleted the file, and so it's like permanently lost because I was just like, this sounds like crap. Get this out of here.
Dude, I want to hear it again because like I want to compare the two. Like, because
I was sick.
I remember it being good. Like, the vocals like weren't the most on pitch. But
dude, I was sick, man. I literally had a cold that day. It may have been the Rona. Let's be hypothetical here.
Yeah. You were the genesis all along.
Yeah, but anyways, I was sick, so I was literally phoning it in the best I could because we were on a time crunch. And I think the idea originally was that we were probably going to have me sing it, but the fact that I had a cold and I was pretty much thinking, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this song and make it sound good. So we're like, okay, Andy came in and he was like, hey, I got this friend named Dylan who sings. I'm like, okay, cool. We bring him in and he's pretty good. His voice, the really good thing about this is that him and our voices sound really similar. Like if you notice the part where I did some of the harmonies in the first verse,
layered together, like on the chorus, like
it
that
sounds
actually sounds really good. Like that's definitely the best part of the vocals, like the chorus,
Yeah, the thing I feel
like,
bad.
Luckily, we at least nailed that part. If anything.
Yeah, I feel bad for him on that part because you only hear him for like a couple seconds, and it's only in between the breaks of the first chorus because he had me doing the harsher vocals because he had more of that he had more of a choir voice And
Well,
while that's
he's
good,
still in
it
there. He's
wasn't.
still in there. Like you
Yeah,
can
I
still
know.
hear him for sure.
I
Like
know, but
if it was removed, like it would definitely like not
yeah,
be the same.
yeah, it's just weird though because he did like one take, maybe one or two. I think it was one, to be honest, because it. Anyways, I think it was like one take, and then when we were like, "Hey, man, this ain't like it." It wasn't. It didn't have that much intensity that we wanted for the song, and so I was like, you know what, fucking, let me see what I can do, and I had a good day vocally because even though you heard me, like, dude, this is why I consider us really, we're not like close to in a sense, but like in some way we kind of are because, dude, you heard me like go through that vocal take. Like, if you heard the worst of my voice, I consider us pretty close because that's just like if you heard that disaster,
Damn.
then we have something going on.
Yeah, so it's the true test of patience right there.
Yeah, you were like the producer, man. I'm over here screaming my ass off and I'm losing my voice in the process because I don't know
Right.
how to properly sing.
That's how recording goes. It ain't pretty. Like it's
Never
ain't
pretty,
fun.
dude. It's ugly. Yeah, yeah, but like I remember you're sitting in the producer chair, just like, and I'm over here like trying to get a good take, and it's sounding corny. I'm either I'm sounding corny or my voice is like cracking, and I'm just like over here begging for mercy. Hey man, can we do another take?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, it's crazy how many long recording sessions we did for that one song. Like it really was like trial and error. Like we re-recorded every single thing, like pretty much, because
I remember
we
when
didn't like it.
we did the guitars in the beginning, and we're like, all right, we're going somewhere, and then we found out that, oh, you had a setting on your amp, and it ruined everything. It ruined that's why the EQ of it was so bad, and then you found out, oh, have the wrong setting on it, and then we had to re-record everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. My amp's not the most. It's not the most like user friendly. It's
You had like a
actually
treble
giant
thing
pain in
on,
the
or some
ass.
kind of mid setting
Yeah,
on
like
it.
I had like a switch pulled or something like that, which like made it super bright. Like everything in the song sounds like really bright. Like I noticed, like, and
Oh
it's just
yeah,
like,
it still does, but like it was a lot worse beforehand.
yeah, it was really bad. It was just like, I don't know, just like when I'm in the room, like I assume that there's so much bass coming out of the amp, and it's really not. Like it's actually very balanced, but it's just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
I'm
I
just
think it
not
was a
very
solid.
good at like
It was a
listening to
solid
that.
tone, but you also got to kind of consider is that I did most of the chords, distorted chords, like the power chords and whatnot. And let's see, I know we probably quad tracked it, to be honest.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Because the thing is that I had my telly and I had the invaders, which I think they're already bright enough from what I heard, and I also got a maple neck going on, so it was probably going to be like bright as fuck. So. But it worked. But yeah, I noticed the tones always kind of a little bit more on the treble side, a little bit on the brighter side. But it's a solid tone, and it was hard for me to get like a. It probably won't be as hard, but I remember telling you about like the Neckbeards on the Pavement song, where like I had like to use my fuzz for it, and it was so I had to dial back the volume on my telly because obviously if you play like a full chord with a fuzz pedal, it's going to sound like mud. And I was able to find a sweet spot, thank God. And I did that, and then I layered it with the orange amps distortion, not overdrive or whatever it is. And I used my condenser mic, and I layered it, and I somewhat got a somewhat decent tone. I mean, if you like look at the tracks by itself, they sound like utter garbage, but they somehow work together, which is like I'm just glad because this is the first time I'm miking everything. And it's kind of a nightmare because I'm impatient and I can't just like have somebody do it for me. So I'm going back and forth in my room trying to get a good mic spot.
That's
And now,
why that's like the main reason why I don't record as much as as much as I should, because like I just hate fucking around with the mic. I hate getting everything set up. I hate moving my headphones like around because like I almost need to just buy two pairs of Sennheiser headphones, just like one for like casual listening, one that just stays at my PC, like plugged into the interface. You know what I mean? Like just like have like have everything ready to go for recording, so I can just get it, so I can just do it, and like not have to set everything up, because that's like it just like I'm just lazy, I'm fucking lazy and I don't feel like doing it.
Dude, I was supposed to like record some guitar this week, but I haven't because I'm just so lazy. Like I have most of the song done. Like you saw that demo I did. I still have to
Yeah.
add some stuff to the bridge and whatnot. And I was messing with that new pedal I got for my birthday, and I was like, okay, I gotta add this eventually sometime. But I've been so lazy because my mom has been going to work for like 2 days this week, and that means I had a chance to do vocals because everybody was out of the house and whatnot. So it was just, so I was trying to get some vocals as much as possible and whatnot, and I've just been lazy to finish the guitar stuff because at the same time I don't exactly know what I'm doing. Like I'm kind of writing the song on the spot at the same time. That could either be a good thing or a horrible thing.
Yeah, I mean, from what you showed me, like, I mean, I really liked the way all the instruments sounded together, like especially like I don't know, like just these like guitar like harmony things that you like layer
Oh
on
yeah,
top of that. Like,
yeah.
yeah, no, it all sounded really good to me,
I
and
was
like
listening
it wasn't even
to
mixed very bad. It wasn't even mixed badly. Like it all
It's
like
not a
sounded
final mix. It's
pretty
just I
good.
just put everything together because I wanted to show you and David the song and just show what I had so far. Which I don't think David has even listened to it yet.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not sure if I did yet or not.
It's okay. I'll let you know.
yeah, and
But
I need to
yeah.
finish the song I'm working on for it. Like, just never gets done and just gets like
Yeah.
thrown away like everything else I've like tried to do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right now.
I have like
I'm
a
sorry.
huge procrastination. No, you're good. I have a huge procrastination problem. Like I'll just I'll work on a piece or something for a couple of minutes, and then I'll just like, okay, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos now, and then like internally I'm like, bitch, you haven't done a damn thing. Keep working. The hell you doing? Turn on a podcast or turn off the YouTube or whatever. Like I don't mean to be a boomer or anything, but like
yeah.
Yeah.
Some people
I totally get it.
some people will like actually install programs on their computer that lock them out of YouTube and
right.
social media and like Twitter and stuff like that, because it just like interrupts them so much throughout the day and they can't focus on anything.
I have no concept of discipline. That's like my biggest problem.
That's why like college is such a great thing in my eyes, because it's like, well, I gotta do this or fill the class.
I procrastinate in college as well. Like it's usually Sundays are like the days where like I have like all this work done, and this is the only time I actually manage to like kick in to be productive because it's fear. Fear is what drives me.
yeah, dude. That's the prime motivator right there.
Yep, you're not motivated to succeed. You're afraid of failing. That's
That's like you just explained my whole life right there, man.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm kind of
the low effort podcast.
no effort, but it's cool, man. The quality decreases every episode. I gotta tell you one thing though. I'm gonna be honest here, dude. This the funny thing is this is pretty much a one-time thing, but you're actually probably one of the better guests we had on here. Like I love my friends very dearly and all whatnot, but this is like probably one of the better episodes we had. I don't know if it's just because someone know what you. I don't know. It's because you're actually like carrying a lot of the conversation, so therefore we're not just like awkwardly here, just like rambling, and we're all just like having an awkward moment live. We're actually having a conversation going on, even if it's all in different directions. Which I'm kind of thank you for that because we needed a quality episode forever because we're on episode 6 now. This is the 6th episode. We finally got some like maybe some like B tier quality. I don't know. Thank you for being a guest, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
I'm glad the chemistry's working, but I told Davie like nonstop, don't worry, man. He's chill. He's like the chillest person I know.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Never had a doubt. Yeah, I don't know why you kept saying that. I was like, yeah, okay, cool.
No, I've always like I've wanted to like be on a podcast, and like I've kind of like imagined in my head like what it would be like if I was on one, and like if it would be like really cringy and lame or not, and stuff like that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry this is your debut, but we welcome you.
Yeah, starting off real strong. You know,
No, but like
put
this is
this
like
on my
seriously
resume.
a pretty good. This is seriously like a pretty good episode right now. Just like thinking about it, just the flow of everything. It ain't really in order, but like it's still kicking.
Very engaging conversations you guys are having.
I know I feel bad for you, David, because you're just like in the background, and I know I need to include you into something. It's just it's really hard because we haven't talked in like months.
It's all good. No, we
It's just been
we talked the other day. What are you talking about?
you and I'm talking to Tanner. I'm talking about
Oh,
Tanner.
okay, fuck, I'm
Tanner and I. This is the first time we're speaking in person since like December.
Mimi dumb.
Yeah, that's true. It has been a while.
Yeah,
Like, literally
it's
fucking half a year or 7
yeah,
months.
it's. I gotta remind myself when I finally learn how to drive, which I have no idea when that's going to happen. We gotta go up the Philly and whatnot.
Yeah, we got to take the city.
We got to meet up one time. It's gonna be weird though because when I don't want to when I start finally moving on to my own music and whatnot and start this like whole big album project thing. I don't want to be doing this thing where like I'm making a really crappy collage of some random photo view from that Weezer concert and just putting a picture of me together. Like I don't want to do that, man. Like we gotta like meet up someday and just get like the one-time photo that I'm just gonna use it for like decades until like we're ever in the same location.
Let's just take like the Abandoned Virtues band pick and just like crop out.
I thought of that, but the problem
other
is
two
that the problem is with everyone is
well,
I thought about doing that, but the
we
problem
could
with everyone
we could cut ourselves out and put ourselves into a different background.
yeah,
do a
it's
really
kind of,
shitty Photoshop job.
yeah, it's kind of funny. I thought about doing that to an extent, but then I like realized is that like there's people in front. Andy and Dylan are in front of us, so like it still would just be like obvious cropped.
Right.
It would just look bad.
I have a Photoshop in my on the Macs and the computer lab at my college. I could see if I could work some magic or whatever. I could look up some tutorials and see if I could do that.
Yeah,
there's like crazy stuff you can do. You can like erase like stuff and like replace like what it like expects would be in that spot. Like it's I don't know, it's fucking cool. Like,
yeah. A lot of Instagram thoughts and models like to fake their asses and tits on there too.
yeah, and those are usually pretty obvious.
Shit to fucking enlarge their tuchus.
Yeah, man. Instagram is just like a cesspool of narcissism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen like some even like not even like in a sexual way, just like someone took like a picture of themselves and they put like a little background. It always looks like the typical graphic design is my passion kind of thing going on. Like
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
there's so many fucking basic bitches on Instagram, but like they get tons of followers and stuff like that, so they must be doing something right.
yeah, I get so like angry because like I like it like when we were like when I posted Apparitions, actually a lot of people kind of responded to it a lot more than I thought. It was like typically 40, which is like some like typical of what I get some of the better days, 40 likes, whatever. I had some people message me about the song. They were like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." Even people that I haven't really talked to in a while, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty nice, man. Thanks." Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, my friend he was a high school friend. He's an upperclassman, but he messaged me on Twitter one day and he said he really liked the song and he said it sounded like Weezer. And the funny thing is he's a Weezer fan and I kind of got into Weezer because he was a little bit of a Weezer fan. So I checked him out and the White Album was the first album I got into by him.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I always heard like the classics like Buddy Holly, Say It Ain't So and whatnot, but the White Album...
I think I actually got into them around the White Album too.
I just heard the White Album. I was like, oh, this is some pretty good stuff. But yeah, he's a big Weezer fan, and like we even have a photo of each other where we're wearing Weezer shirts and we're like arms together, just all that jazz. And he said it sounded like Weezer, and I thought that was kind of funny because, to be honest, I didn't get the Weezer idea. I mean, that's I guess that's a compliment though, because it's kind of funny though, because we did have that Weezer cover band thing, so I guess it makes sense, but I don't see it. Like the Linkin
Yeah.
Park one was like left field, but I can kind of understand the Linkin Park one to an extent.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess the song kind of sounds like a lot of things, but at the same time, like, doesn't
Dude, I
sound like
just
them.
yeah,
It's weird.
I posted this song on BandLab. It's like this little indie app where like you can collaborate and whatnot. Just post some things, and one of these guys started following me. Excuse me, he started following me, and I don't know if he followed me, but he basically said this is the best song I've found on this site so far. And I said thanks a lot, man. And
Oh,
he actually added it to a emo playlist, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I thought people would be kind of like weirded out by the vocals because it's like you can kind of tell that it's like two different people singing like the verses, like and kind
Yeah.
of like
I know that was just kind of weird, but like I just like thought of looking at it like in a live sense. If you think of it, like let's
Yeah.
say if we hypothetically played this live, obviously the vocals overlap and you can't just replicate that live. So one of us would have to step in. So I just like try to look at it as like a live take in a way.
yeah,
I
it does
mean,
sound like that.
obviously I wanted Dylan to do all of it when because my voice just sounded awkward. My voice worked pretty well to compliment him though.
Well,
But
one of
like
the biggest problems with it is like honestly, like every single vocal take in the song is like at a completely different volume. So like I had to sort of like put
yeah,
them on a different track and like mix them each like differently.
yeah.
And like the volume, there's definitely some variation between the verses. Like even um like the first half of a verse and the second half of a verse, like I can like now that when I'm listening back to it, I'm like, okay, like I probably could have done a better job of equalizing those. Like one of these still sort of does sound a little bit louder than the other, you know? It's
I mean,
like
yeah, I mean,
there's so many fucking tracks and like so many different parts of it like to mix. Like even like with how many times I've listened to it, like I still keep hearing like parts where like I feel like it could be mixed better, you know?
yeah. I mean, there's always that part where like until you get used to it, you're always gonna like find something new to
Oh
mess
man,
with.
since then I've learned so many things about like using Reaper like efficiently. Like,
Yeah.
you know, now I know how to put effects on multiple tracks at once. And if I had been able to do that before, like that would have saved me literally hours because I've spent like so much time just like adding effects to like each vocal track, like literally the same effects with the same settings that I just didn't bother to learn how
Yeah,
to do.
that's like the thing with like I showed you that Hallows Eve song. We just released it like Tuesday, and that was I'm not usually an electronic. I'm not like a big EDM enthusiast. Like I like some songs, but like you won't really catch me that much making pure electronic music like that. So it was just kind of weird process. Like I made the song like a couple years ago for David's YouTube videos. He was making a Halloween special, and I made like a really amateur version of it. Like you could go on that video, and the comparison is like night and day. Like it just sounded so bad. Like the mixing's horrible. It just sounds off, and you kind of wonder like why would you even let this slide? But the thing is that everything looks, your perspective changes once you actually somewhat improve, which that's a good thing. But
Yeah, yeah.
but anyways, so I originally had that song done, and when I did that, I did the bare minimum for mastering. Like I did the limiter, and I may have like try to increase like the actual volume without having to clip. But then like the things is that I went back because I had to fix some things. Either that or no, I was doing neckbeards on the pavement, and I realized is that so what I'm doing is lowering all the faders so that the overall master volume does not clip. And I didn't do that for Hallows Eve. So I went back and did all that stuff. And when I did that, I fixed some things and whatnot. And then when I got to the mastering process, I actually watched a video on how to properly master like electronic music or EDM music. And I actually took the steps to do the actual mastering process, and I just add a limiter on there, say it's done. So it actually made a difference to the song itself. So that was like the first time it was kind of like it was painful, not painful, but it was just like a task listening to a really crappy EDM song over and over as he does all this tweaking to it. But it was like one of the first things I actually kind of like tried to learn something and replicate it in a way. So that song's a big learning experience for me.
Yeah, no, really, like those videos will make you learn things so much quicker. It demystifies everything. Like,
Yeah.
I like learn how to like mix drums just by copying that one drum mix video that I sent to you, and it's just
Yeah.
so helpful, because like I was just going about it completely all wrong, and I didn't understand how these things worked, and um like
Yeah, I've been winging it for a
sometimes
while.
you don't even really need to understand how things work. Like you just like you just know enough to apply it to like exactly what you're trying to do in that moment, and like by like doing that over and over, like eventually you become like experienced with it and like learn everything. Like so like yeah, like with like the abandoned or whatever fucking
Anniversary.
apparitions. I can't even talk right now. Yeah, with apparitions, like I had like there were so many like workflow things that I like could have done, but I just didn't do because I just didn't even know about it. So I just did what I could at the time and like just try to get it sound good because like at the end of the day, like if it sounds good, like it doesn't really matter how many tracks there are or how long it took you to like mix it or like whatever, even though it was like 10 times more painful and like annoying to do. And yeah, like now that like all these videos that every time I watch like a YouTube video, like a tutorial, like it like expands my knowledge by like 10 times. I'm just like, holy shit. Like I didn't even know what parallel compression was before, but like, and now I'm like I just like watched this video and I was able to like put parallel compression on the drums and just do it. I went from like not knowing what it was to like just doing it. And like, it's like a thing that people do. So
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of things I still don't know about, but I'm doing a lot better now than I was like, say, like literally just a year ago. Like the quality's like improved a lot because yeah, like dude, there's some stuff I would do for no reason. Like I used to, like I couldn't hear the drums in this one track, so I literally just put drums on top of drums. Like that's just so stupid, dude. Like really, like like it's
yeah,
just so amateur. Like it's funny though because you
no,
think,
it's
oh,
just yeah, like well, you're still learning it, and it's like you just got to figure out any solution, and as long as it gets it to sound the way that you
yeah,
want it to sound, then like it's fine. Like you can learn like the details of how to do it perfectly later. Like that's like
yeah.
sort of like the point I was like
Like
trying to make with that.
like at that time, I was like, I didn't even double track. I literally just I did one track and I put I just panned it and whatnot. I would just copy and paste. And there's some songs where I would actually double track just so, like, for example, I had a song called Have You, and I double tracked the telly playing this one part, and then I had my jazz master play a different part of chords and whatnot. But like that's probably the farthest you're going to catch me double tracking. But now I'm actually doing it, and I'm actually miking, which it's kind of weird because I still don't have it down completely. But Neckbeards on the Pavement's the first song I'm doing that's double tracking by myself, not just like here because like yeah, this is like the first instance where I'm actually kind of double tracking guitar and whatnot. But the difference is we're using your equipment. Your equipment's like way much better, and you're technically the producer in this role, so you kind of know what you're doing. This is the first time I'm kind of on my own in a way, and I'm actually gonna have to learn how to do it. And like the guitar and whatnot, I mean I don't know how much of a difference it made, but it sounds a lot more organic, and I really like that. Like if you heard that Neckbeards on the Pavement, that's just like that's a weird song to first start off with because you're playing full on chords with a fuzz pedal. You're gonna have to work around it. But like once you get into like the simple power chords and whatnot, I'm sure it will come like natural to me. But like it's just a whole learning process. It's just some of it still sounds like the same, but some of it sounds very different to what you did before, and it's just kind of like a weird kind of thing to look at.
Yeah,
It's mostly just perspective, I guess.
Like it kind of sucks when I'm like working on a piece for so long. I take like a hiatus off of it, and then I'm like pumped to go back to it because I like learn new stuff since then. And but then like when I go back to it, it's like, oh shit, since I improved, some of this stuff kind of looks weird compared to that because like now that I'm improved, it's like anything I would add to it would just make all the previous stuff look worse. If that makes any sense. I just like, it's like, well, shit. There's just such like a juxtaposed type of like thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah, totally. I mean that happens to me like with songs. Like literally, like I'll like the song, like I'll have like a song with like one part, the first half has a good guitar tone, and then the second half has like a terrible guitar tone, just because like the mic got moved like by like 3 inches.
that
You
would,
know?
dude, that would
Yeah.
happen like constantly. I remember because I would actually, it would either be you, it'd be either me or Andy would actually knock the mic, and then you would be like, "Oh fuck!" Like just like kind of pissed, understandably. And I get that now because I don't even know how to properly mic, to be honest, and it's like a pain to do. And if my mic moved, I'd probably just be pissed off and paranoid that it's not going to sound the same.
Yeah,
And
it's just like if you if you're like you can't get any consistency if it moves, like, and you recorded one part and like you need to have the exact same tone for the next part. It's like, oh well, like I guess like you would have to re-record everything pretty much, like, and like what real bands do is like, you know, they're actually good and they can just like track everything quickly, like
yeah,
record an
that's what
entire
I
song
wonder.
like
Like, I wonder what it's like to actually be like a good musician and like a good singer. Where this is like, I was wondering the other day, like how actual singers do this because I even warmed up and all this stuff, but it takes me forever to get a decent take.
So, I mean, I know that like guitarists and drummers and bassists, like they practice way more than we did to actually play
Yeah.
the stuff proficiently. Like they can pretty much play it like blindfolded, like,
Yeah.
you know, with their hands tied behind their back. Like it's, yeah, just like an
I
insane
mean,
amount of preparation that goes into it just so that you can just like just perfectly nail it like every time. At least like good bands, like, you know, there's a lot of bands that don't do that.
I'm just like saying that because like I actually thought of recording myself because we're at the moment we're doing this EP. You obviously have been hearing me talk about it, and there's like I'm doing all. It's kind of like a. It's not really that entertaining because it's literally just me in the corner of my room recording vocals over and over. And I thought of doing some like I thought of like recording it on video and like kind of editing some things together to make kind of like a little bit of a documentary or some crap to build up like fake hype. But like the things is that I do it over and over and over, and I seriously wonder how actual singers do it because how they could just get a take and they're done with. Because if I was like like their level, like a professional singer, I would have had the song done like vocally, sans David's parts like in a day. But no, it takes me like the other day I got like the first chorus done in like the verse one and like the pre-chorus or some crap like that. And I ended up deleting both of them because I didn't like the takes. And the other one I had poor pronunciation issues.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess if you put like as much work into like practicing singing as you did like practicing bass or something like that, like
I
I
don't
don't know.
practice, dude. That's the problem.
Well, let's say you did, then like I don't know, maybe you actually could just like have enough control to just like sing on pitch, like, you know, all the
Yeah,
time.
I mean the things is that I'm looking up YouTube videos on how to do it. I'm kind of on my own. I really need to like sometime I need to like sit down, suck up my pride, and go actually get some vocal lessons because that's one of the few things I really want to do. It's just because I really want to be able to not go through this torture of trying to sing. Like I got some somewhat okay takes. I mean, I'm kind of loosening up on the fact that I'm not like this perfect singer, and you can't expect getting a perfect product out of like like basically I can't expect myself to achieve this perfect product. It's not going to happen. But the thing is, you can get a really good product, or I'm not trying to aim for like mediocrity, but I'm trying not to like aim for perfection because
Yeah, I mean,
I know what my weakness is, and it's the vocals. And the good thing is I did actually warm up, and it actually kind of helped because dude, I haven't sung in like months. I'm doing a little bit more now because my just when I have time and whatnot. But like, I haven't like got to sing as much as I used to, even if it's just because I usually just sing with when my parents are like are not home because I know these walls are thin and they can probably hear me and all that crap.
yeah.
But anyways, the thing is that when you don't sing, for a while, or you just do like, like just random humming or something, your voice gets like worse. And technically the last time I have like sung anything was like the whole Apparitions thing. So when I'm like over here trying to like record these new takes for Apparitions, they sound like ass. And I literally just did like the most minimum warm up, and I did it in the basement when I did that. And so anyways, when my mom had to go to work because just to do stuff, I finally had like, time alone. So I thought, hey, I want to try to get these vocal songs because it's anything's better than like nothing. I know I know the whole recording process is gonna be dragged out just because of this whole pandemic, but I'm just trying to get whatever I can just to work with it because I have to get Davie some parts, and Davie's not a musician, so he has to kind of be a musician for this thing, even if he's just delivering a one-liner. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't even know what I was trying to say. I started warming up my voice, and it's actually kind of improved, and I wish I kind of did that whenever I was recording the damn Apparitions vocals.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but like it's at least sounds like I've sung. It kind of warmed my voice up, and I'm not like as I don't know. I don't even know what my range is, but like I kind of lost all of it because I haven't sung for a while, and that's not a good thing. And at least with these vocal warm ups, your voice gets kind of like fluid or something, and that kind of helps to an extent.
Yeah.
And what was I trying to say? The thing I really wish I could improve on is my breath because I get. Do you run out of breath easily if you try to sing anything? Because that's what happens
Yeah,
with me.
definitely.
Like I can't last long. Like I would be singing like some
Hard.
simple song that's in my range and I have no problem with, but the problem is I don't know how to like breathe properly. So I just get out of breath. And I don't even know if I'm breathing through my diaphragm. They always tell you to do that, but I'm not good at it, and I can't even tell the difference. But like I heard something that cardio helps because I almost thought about running around my neighborhood and doing it because obviously I'm not working out anymore because all the gyms are shut down, and obviously I'm home. I can't just go to the rec because I can't drive, and I can't just walk to it because I'm not in my dorm. So thought about working at home, but that didn't work out because I did like a push up. I did like 3 sets of push ups one day, and it was like blistering hot out, and I shut down, and I'm pretty sure I pulled a muscle because my stomach hurt for like the next like 3 days. So no working out for me. But I've been riding my bike like every single day just out of boredom. So that's kind of like what I'm working out, but that's not really much of a workout except for your legs.
I mean, that's similar to what I've been doing. I've just been running because the gym has been closed. It actually just opened up on Friday. But yeah, I've been eating like absolute shit. Like
Dude,
it sucks. Like I
my
lost all
diet
my
is
gains. Like yeah,
rip.
it's really sad.
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Just it's almost seems like the universe just doesn't want me to be big and have muscles because like every time like I'm just so close to getting there, like just life just comes and just fucks me,
yeah, that's how it
and
usually
then
goes.
I'm right back at the start.
Yeah, that's pretty
But
much how.
I got a good feeling about this time.
Yeah,
Getting
I'm
back
probably
in the
gonna have to.
gym.
Yeah, I'm looking to do it. I'm looking to restart again. I almost kind of thought of. I'm really curious if the rec's going to be even open during these times because I thought about. You know what? I told Connor, my friend Connor, hey man, you want to go to the gym if it's actually open? Because if I go to the gym, I'm gonna be in my mask. I'm gonna be wearing gloves. I'll be decked out in a hazmat suit for all I care. I want my gains back. But a neighbor just told me tonight that said, "Did you go to the Planet Fitness in Morgantown?" I said, "No." Well, there's 200 people are quarantined. So I was like, "Oh, okay, great." I don't even know if it's gonna be open to be honest because you got sweat going on, you got all those people and touching things. That's why I don't care if I hypothetically go, I would just be in full like medical gear. I don't care if people make fun of me. I'm not. That just seems like one of the most riskiest places. Which, if you think about it, I'm technically risking it for myself because I want gangs rather than to actually, stay safe. So that's kind of redundant. But it just depends on how everything rolls out. I don't even think we're going to be at Davie that long anyway, so I probably shouldn't worry about it. But I'm probably going to have to start over again. I mean, I don't think I lost everything, but whenever you go daily and you hit some kind of schedule and you're somewhat eating decently, even if it's not the best, you can still somewhat see and feel the gangs. But like when you haven't done this for a while, you still, it might be just be like body dysmorphia because, I mean, I'm not like entirely insecure in my body, but like obviously I wished it was like it was months ago.
Yeah, I mean, I just know for me, like if I don't do everything spot on perfectly, um, I'm like I'm not going to like hit the numbers that I'm supposed to hit pretty much. And like I messed around with like so many different like types of programs and stuff like that. And um yeah, and like I wasn't really eating enough food either. And so that like caused me to just like throughout like high school and like a good amount of college, like I was just like lifting a lot, but like not really improving at all and stuff like that. And then like finally like I figured out like a good workout program that like actually worked for me and just started like eating like so much food, and like I was able to like get like my weight up to like 210, like which was by far the most I've ever weighed.
I don't even know how much I
used to
weigh,
weigh
to
like
be honest.
170, and like now I'm like hovering at like around like 185, so I've like lost like most of that weight.
Yeah. I thought
But
I was like 175, but when I went like before I even started working out at the beginning of the year or the semester, and then when I like went to actually check, I was 165. So I didn't even know how much I weighed there. And I basically before the whole quarantine happened, I made it to 175. So technically I guess I gained 10 pounds, which I guess is pretty impressive for, just starting out and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure I lost it because I my sleep schedule, it can be either it's good or not or it's average. But the thing is that I don't really end up eating that much. Like I'll eat like a crap load of like Honey Nut Cheerios for breakfast or egg, or I'll just eat some eggs and whatnot, and then I'll forget to eat lunch. And when I eat lunch, I'll have something I can microwave. There's these things, these healthy things. It's like Healthy Fit or something where they're just microwavable meals. I usually get this thing where it's like steak and broccoli, and I guess it's somewhat healthy. I mean, it could be worse, but like it's still not like the original diet I was supposed to get. Now, like all that university food, it ain't like, freaking god tier and like, food wise, but like it was pretty good for the diet because you had all these options. But still, it's just gone downhill. Like because I'm just eating microwave food. I'm either microwavable food or I'm eating cereal and I'm eating food my like parents make, and it's pretty good and whatnot. But like it's just like I usually eat a dish and I eat a plate and I'm done. Like it's just so inconsistent. So I'm pretty sure I've
yeah,
lost all that. And
uh,
I got this GNC. I literally bought this GNC like powder, and I shouldn't have bought it because I only used it for like maybe a week or two. And one, it tasted disgusting because it was a weight gainer, and it tasted
like
disgusting.
the mass gainer stuff.
Yeah, it was like vanilla, and
Yeah,
it was actually torture for me to drink it. Like I had to put it in water just to neutralize it. Like it was just I couldn't stand it, and I never touched it like other than for 2 weeks because I thought, hey, if I can't have these consistent meals, I thought, oh, I'll just try to see if I can gain weight through this. And I realized that, well, this stuff's like making me feel miserable, and there's no point because I'm not working out. So I figured, well, I'm just gonna let it collect dust. I guess I'll use it when the gym opens back up because I paid like $35 for it, but it tastes horrible. And I used to have, I don't know what I had before. I got this thing from Kroger's and it was pretty good, but I should have just got
yeah.
that.
I haven't really had tried like the weight gainers and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I know like
it was like whey protein. I got it from Kroger's. It was actually pretty good.
I know
It
like
was
the gold
edible.
standard like chocolate like whey protein is like pretty decent. You know, it's not like a chocolate shake or anything like that, but you know, it's like edible. Like you
I
can,
like the strawberry to be honest.
yeah. I'm not really a
But
fan of protein shakes though, just because like I mean they're just really expensive, and I would just rather like just eat real food, just because like you know you only have like you get really full from like the weight gainer like shakes and like the protein shakes, and it's like almost like it like almost like replaces a meal, and like I don't want it to like replace a meal. I just want it to like
Yeah.
supplement
I mean,
like what I'm like doing, you know what I mean? Like the way it's literally called a supplement, but like it makes me
yeah.
so full that like I kind of like just skip out on meals. So
I try to eat it with like my meals and whatnot because I was trying to initially try to see it, just put on as much weight as I could, but like without all this other crap that I should be doing because I'm losing. I can't just eat all this food at the dining hall, so I have to compensate. So I thought, oh, I'll just use this weight gainer thing, but I couldn't even deal with the taste and whatnot. I just realized that I'm not even working out and my diet's messed up. There's no point. Like it's just kind of useless. I really wish I didn't buy it because it's just sitting there in the kitchen. I realize I'm gonna have to use it someday whenever all this crap goes back to normal.
yeah,
Which
I mean, if you're not working out, like honestly, that stuff's just gonna like
it's probably
it's probably just
used
gonna
to,
add more fat than muscle to you, like anyway,
yeah,
like
yeah.
just because it's just like a whole lot of like there's a whole lot of carbs in it and stuff like that, and just like that's all like very useful like when you're trying to like recover from the gym, but like if you're not trying to recover, like that's just all gonna get stored like
Well,
in your fucking stomach.
when I had that whey protein, I only used it every time I was done working out. I didn't use it any other time. And then I realized, oh, I guess I could use this for breakfast. So I started using it for breakfast right before quarantine, and I used it before breakfast and after the gym. So I kind of made a little bit of a boost, and then probably at the time that actually probably was working with me because I was actually somewhat eating. But the problem is that like when I first started out in September, I was going full at it. Like I was actually not giving up and stuff. I was just, like resisting the struggle and whatnot and actually eating the food, even if it tasted like crap. But now, like recently, when I was there, I would be picky, even though I put it on my plate and be like, oh, I'm going to eat this because it's healthy and I got to eat it. And then when I would try to take a bite of it, I'd just like, oh, this is gross. I can't do it. So I'd just give up and not even put it in my mouth. And then what I would do, okay, I had a brain fart. I'm trying to think. But like when I was at the gym and whatnot, there'll be times where like I'll be on like the 10th rep or something, or the 10th set or whatever. I forget that my gym terms has been so long, but I'll be on the final one and I wouldn't be able to push it, and then I'd have to give up, and either that or I'd have to decrease the weight, and it feels like so discouraging when that happens because I feel like, oh great, I'm in like a rut and I can't get out of it. Hope
Yeah.
everyone's still here. I hope everyone's still here. It got like quiet.
Yeah, I can never get like an actual exercise routine going on or a good diet thing going on. And I think I need like an actual trainer.
Dude,
It's fucking hard. It really is. I've failed so many times and restarted.
yeah, I remember asking, I was trying to find alternate setups for deadlifting, and I just asked if anybody had like a machine idea. I didn't want anything specific. I just wanted somebody to point me at a machine and then I'll figure out myself. And they were like, "Oh, I can't tell you that because obviously you need to pay to get stupid information like that, so you can have your little personal trainer and all that crap, just so they can get money out of you." I just wanted somebody to pull me at a machine because look, I was not doing good with the deadlifting. The only way I managed to get back into it was to film myself because I had to wear this like posture thing because I have horrible posture, and it's gotten better, but like I think it's getting worse again because I stopped wearing it. But I used the posture thing for gym when I did the deadlifting because obviously I don't want to have poor posture or I'll kill myself trying to do that. So I did some videos and I sent them in. I showed them to my neighbor because my neighbor he works out and he was giving me tips and he just told me, dude, you can't substitute it. You gotta full on deadlift. There's no like substitute for it. You gotta do that. So he said something like take a video of yourself and then see what you're doing wrong. And I showed him like, hey, how's my form and whatnot. I said it was pretty good because I had that posture thing on and whatnot. So in recent years, I kind of got better at the deadlifting thing. I'm still like doing like pretty low pounds. Like I think the max I do is like 10, 15 last time I remember, or something like that. Like it's not much, but like
Well,
it's on,
you just want to
honest
focus
work.
on the form first.
Yeah.
Get the form down.
I'm just trying to be comfortable right now.
Yeah. I mean, I
Not
know
too comfortable.
I wasn't able to deadlift at all, really, without getting like pain in my back and like hip pain. Without like, I had to like get my like hip mobility better. I had to like stretch out. Like I couldn't touch my toes and stuff like that, so I worked on that. And I would do like this one stretch where I would like pull my knee up to my chest and I would like hold it there for like 30 seconds and then I would do it with the other knee. Like slowly I was like sort of able to like limber up like my hips like a little bit, and like it would like help me to like actually like squat down like in a straight line and like not like lean forward or like round my back or anything like that. And like my hips would like actually like
Yeah.
allow me to do it, you know.
Yeah,
So like
like
now, yeah, now I can do it with like no pain. Like my form like looks pretty decent, even though my posture is like not great either, and like my back really isn't straight. And all that was really just like, yeah, just you just got to keep like looking at it and like just tweaking it until like it pretty much just like your form just gets as good as you possibly can get it, like without like snapping your fucking back up, you know.
yeah.
And then at
Like,
that point, it's just about just like adding weight each time, and it just gets so hard because you know
Yeah, I
you
mean,
you have to expend so much effort to like move the weights after a certain point,
Yeah.
and like doing that every day, day after day, adding 5 pounds, like it gets very like it's not just hard, like it's just mentally like tough, you know, because you're like, oh my god, like I don't even know if I can, like I could barely finish 5 sets last time, like
it's really
now I
awkward.
gotta go in and do 5 pounds more, like I don't even know if I can do this, and it's just like, you know, it really like weighs down on you at a certain point, and like that's like one reason like why I think like a lot of people like quit. It's just like it
Yeah.
really does
I
like
mean,
it's hard to put in the intensity that is required to actually get your muscles to like adapt and grow, you know.
yeah, I know. Like, usually I haven't really felt it that much because I just feel like, well, if you're gonna judge me, you could fuck off, man. We're all trying to improve, but like sometimes I'll be deadlifting and like, there's people over there with like freaking like 50 like weights on, like 50-pound weights on. I'm over here with like tens, and it's kind of like, and I look weird because I have this posture corrector on and whatnot. I'm trying to put like the much effort I can so I can somewhat do this. And it feels weird just like look at people around you and you feel like insecure to an extent. Just like,
Oh yeah, totally. I mean,
yeah,
really though, like everybody that goes to the gym, they're just focused on their own shit.
yeah,
Like
yeah, and this,
especially people who are like lifting like heavy weights, like
yeah,
they're like 100% focused on like, okay, like how am I going to get through like this next set, like get
yeah.
through this next
I
exercise
usually just
because
try
it's
to
about
tune
to
it
be
out.
fucking hard, you know.
Yeah, I just try
Yeah,
to tune it out. There's this one guy that
I'm always
he,
one of the smallest people at the gym,
yeah,
like consistently, but I don't let like that get to me or anything like that. Nobody gives a shit. Like,
yeah. There's this one guy. I was deadlifting or trying to deadlift, and he noticed that I was doing the wrong form, and he actually took like time out of his day to actually help me with it. And even though it was kind of like, kind of exhausting trying to actually learn how to properly do it because I wasn't properly doing it correctly. Like I wasn't doing the squats. I was literally bending over, and that's like the number one thing you shouldn't do. And he actually came here and helped me. And I actually really appreciate it in the long run because, it just I just really, there's some guys who are like, jack offs where they're like, oh, they're hogging all the time or they're flexing their guns or they're just being complete douchebags. I remember this one guy, some old guy, probably in his 50s or something, 40s. I swear to God, he made like a smirk to me because I was struggling over there. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you fucking boomer.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
But like this one guy helped me, and I really appreciate it because it probably saved my life right there. If I kept doing that horrible bending over thing, I probably would have injured myself. So that was pretty nice. Let's see. That's probably enough gym talk. I've been wanting to ask Dave this to bring him back into the conversation. Um, Actually, I did want to say one thing. The moment I start, dear God, when this whole pandemic crap is over and I can finally drive, we gotta get you some gains, my boy.
Yeah.
I'll try to help you, dude. Except I know nothing about going to the gym. You probably would have to do a lot of cardio and crap.
Having like a partner to go to the gym with, like, it definitely helps. It, like, motivates you to actually go, and like
I usually end up going alone though. That's the problem though. Like I'll see some people I know, but they're all too busy hanging out with their other partners, so I'm just kind of like left alone. So I'm just
yeah, it
like,
can be tough to like get on the same schedule with
I
someone
just
with that.
yeah, it's just well, I was gonna do it with my friend Connor, but we had different schedules. But now he's gonna be at an apartment, so I don't even know if we're gonna be up here. I keep saying that, but I seriously don't know if we're even how long we're gonna be up at WVU. But I told him if there's any possibility we could probably go to the gym together, and I hope so because I really want a gym buddy because it's I see people hanging out. I'm like, oh, I wish I could hang out with my friends and like work out, but I'm over here like I'm just by myself, so all I do is just blast music all day. But half the time I end up having to turn it off because I'm usually alone at college 24/7 other than just small talk with acquaintances. So I have music in my head 24/7, and there's a point where I just get tired of listening to it. So I have to take my headphones out and I just focus on getting the set done. It could be really lonely experience, but be honest, I mean, other than the sad thing is you and Andy were like the only people I actually hung out with at college because I was pretty much lonely during those semesters and crap. And that's like the only thing I did was that we just went to go do the Weezer stuff and then we went to record. That was the only thing I did at college. Other than that, because right after you graduated, whatnot, I saw Andy sometimes, but I really wasn't that close to him. Like what I said before, I mean, I like the guy and whatnot. I don't know about now. I mean, he's all right. I'm just dude. I think he just has a mental issue. But anyways, we didn't have that much of
Yeah.
a chemistry as compared to you and I did, and I actually kind of felt bad to a point because I noticed you and I we were the ones that ended up finishing Apparitions all together, and not mostly as a band or whatever. But it's just how everything fell in line. But it's just you can't really deny stuff like that, like chemistry and whatnot. So I mean, I
Yeah,
feel
I mean, I
bad, but
guess, but it was also like mostly just him just like whining about the song not being
yeah,
done.
well, there's stuff like that and just other things that he rambles about, but we're not going to talk about that. But just in general, even on a good day, I just had more chemistry with you because I remember we would be in my dorm because you were it was during the finals or something, not finals, but it was like in the later days, and you had a huge project to do, and it was kind of
That fucking
stalling the time.
sucked. I remember that shit.
Yeah, and Andy and I just had dinner together, and then we went up to my dorm because you were not still ready yet. We were not just going to do like hang outside because it was like December and it was like a freaking snowstorm out. So we were hanging up at my dorm, and I had my Kai with me. I don't know why I brought it back to my dorm. I thought I was actually going to use it, but I didn't. But he just started messing around with it, just like poking it like I'm just like looking at him like if you break that fucking thing. Like he got mad at me because I tried to sit on the amp so it wouldn't vibrate. But like he's over here just like willy-nilly poking all over the Akai. I'm like, dude, if you break that thing, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, that PV thing, like, that's a pretty sturdy, like,
Like I don't think sitting on it was gonna do anything, man. Like I sit on my amps all the time. Like dude, we were trying to like reduce the bass.
I remember
shaking.
that. That was
So I had
a
to
little
I had to
weird.
push it down with my weight, but I was like, okay, dude. I'm like you can trust me for a second, man. But anyways, yeah, that was kind of awkward and whatnot. And I just felt really awkward. And his idea of song was like, oh, just let me just like play whatever, whatnot. And then I put in here and like let's just do it on the spot. And like the things that I don't write like that, like I can't just like do something on the spot. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
if you can do that, kudos to you, man. But like it's just I mean, at the end of the day, it's just two different people and whatnot. There's some parts where you can agree with, and there's an extent where, like, I know what you said. We're like, oh, like, yeah, we can jam and whatnot, but I wouldn't think of actually writing stuff. Like, I don't mean to exclude them, but like, let's just be honest here. I mean, just sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's what the situation was.
Well, I mean, the type of music that Andy like actually writes is like grindcore and like death metal and like stuff like that.
Yeah, if I hear the word core in the name, I don't take it seriously. Maybe hardcore. Hardcore I can take seriously, but like other than
Yeah.
that, but
I mean,
I mean
hardcore is
that
where all the other cores came from.
I mean, he had that one song called First Run or something. He wanted me to sing on that, and I was actually kind of excited. Now, it wasn't exactly my kind of type of stuff, like the growling vocals and whatnot, not really my kind of thing, but I did like the melodies he came up with, and I was looking forward to actually kind of sing on that until he wanted to change his idea. He changed. Well, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. He changed his mind, and he got ended up getting a female on. And I actually heard the final version, and I mean, it sounds pretty good. I mean, it's probably good. He probably took the safer route of like getting like someone who could probably sing better on there, or just had a change of mind or whatever. I don't know, but it was all right and whatnot. I kind of liked it, but like I was actually kind of looking forward to that, and then all that crap happened, and I was like, "There's no way I'm putting my name on anything related to you ever again, other than this thing." I don't know. Maybe that might change in the future, and maybe we might actually release another song. But right now, this is kind of like a one time thing, to be honest. It
I'm
just
not. I mean, dude, he was like kind of like shit talking us like on Snapchat and stuff like that. After that, I was like, all right, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm actually like,
Oh, I didn't know
like
that because I
I'm like
literally
unfriending
just
you.
like muted him because I couldn't really stand messing with his stuff, and then I just unedited him. Like you
Yeah.
were playing the nice guy, and I was like, you know what, this guy sucks.
Well, I mean, yeah, like
I mean, now I mellowed out, so I'm not like full on like like fuck Andy and all that shit, but like I there's some stuff that he said I just kind of let go just to keep the you know. I
yeah,
remember
very
he just
very questionable.
like the way he just acts as sometimes it's no surprise that he kind of ended up with us, like because then like all of a sudden I mean, it just you heard what he said. He like come on man, like I'm not the biggest like if someone I don't like everybody's music, and sometimes there's music that maybe a friend of mine or something does and I don't think it's good, but like I'm not gonna like shit talk on them. Like come on man. You wonder
Dude,
why this stuff happens is because you're shit talking on people. No one's gonna work with people if you're just bashing them left and right.
well, he had this like strange delusion in his head that this dude was like some kind of like indie worshiping like ultra douche or something like that. When like in reality, like that was just like this weird like fake illusion in his mind.
I don't get that,
And
dude.
like
Like
he was the one that was like actually being like the douchebag because like he was saying like, oh like like fuck indie.
dude was
Like
pretty much gay.
I only like grindcore. It's like, okay, well you're being like a grindcore elitist, and like let's be honest, like most people don't really like grindcore, um indie is
I just think it's one of those fake genres, like like
indie
they
is a
just
much more like like broad genre. Like I mean technically our song is indie, which is the funniest thing about it. Like
that's the thing.
like
Indie
literally
is
by all definitions it's indie. We literally
like
independently wrote the song and independently released it. And it also sounds kind of indie-ish too. Like it even has the indie kind of sound to it. So
like
like
that's like the
people
thing.
like if you like put a poll, is this indie? Like yeah, I'm pretty sure like 90% of people would say yeah, it is.
Like yeah, that's the thing. Indie
But
is
he was
such
like
a broad
denying it,
term.
like no, it's not indie.
It's such like a
He was like
broad term.
he could never put his name on something that was indie.
Yeah, it's such a broad term, man. Like I don't get how you can even hate it. Like indie, like now what do you mean exactly indie? Do you
And
mean
like
like
you're the
indie
guitar
pop?
club
Do you mean
president.
like that's the thing, dude? Like you're supposed to be open to all this crap. How you wonder why the guitar club fell apart? Because you're gatekeeping everything.
He had like in the Discord server, it was like he said literally something like like if you're like a douchebag who likes Greta Van Fleet, like don't get out of the server or something like that.
I mean I could care less about Greta Van Fleet, but like come on, man. Really? You
Like
wonder why people are dropping like flies?
like you're the guitar club president. Like you should be like inclusive of like people who like all
exactly,
types.
dude. Like
Right, good thing.
Not saying like if you're someone who likes this kind of music, like he was literally like being the exact type of person that he was like warning against, like in in the Discord server. Like it was so weird to like see.
yeah,
It
I
was
mean,
you act
I
like
just there's this one story I remember we were in the group chat and I don't please tell me you remember this because it sounds like a fever dream because of how ridiculous it is. but I remember something about like Andy sent something. He sent like a Snapchat and it said he sent like a snap and it said something about like, oh, I'm listening to Dylan's new band or something at 123 Pleasant Street and it sucks. Like he's in the chat, dude. Which
Oh,
I
wait,
don't,
are you?
was that Dylan or was that somebody else? Because I thought he was talking about Dylan. I was like, what?
I think he was talking about someone else.
Okay, because I was like, I don't think Dylan would have a band. I think I would have known that. Like if he was playing at 123 Pleasant Street, I think we would have like I probably would have came out and supported him. But
He
like,
was talking about some other random kid that did no wrong to him, and like for some reason just completely.
because I thought he was talking about Dylan, and I thankfully I didn't respond because I probably would have looked like an idiot looking back at this. But I thought he was talking about Dylan. I'm like, dude, probably not the best thing to say right now, considering you're in group chat with him. But like, just like,
I mean, maybe I don't
that's
think
what
I
I
was
thought.
really.
I swear I saw his name like on the snap and like, dude, are you really talking shit about somebody who's in the group chat who we still need vocals from? Like, are you actually serious? Like,
What if we like actually copyright striked like the leaked version of the song? Like
dude,
honestly, just it just pissed me off that he like posted it with like that shitty ass font. Like,
oh, David completely like tore it apart when I told him about it. The graphics design is my passion.
Oh yeah, I saw that thumbnail. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you didn't even use the right version of the artwork, you dipshit.
yeah,
He was one. You and Andy were like one of the ones I actually wanted inverted, and he uses like the OG version. I'm like, come on, dude. He didn't even credit David in it. He was just like,
Oh yeah, Tanner. Yeah, I tricked Tanner earlier. We were talking about the artwork, and I was like calling the guy that did the artwork an asshole. I'm the one that did it.
I realized that like later on, and like I was about to bring it up. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Like,
oh wait, when was this? Was this during the piss break or was this earlier?
yeah, that's when we were going off the script.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but like, yeah, I remember we were talking about it because we call it the manifesto.
Yeah.
We did all that stuff, and I told him I copy and pasted everything just so he would have the context to it, so I wouldn't have to rant to him. And I told him to read it verbatim, and I'm just like having a live reaction to this, like just mentally going insane because like, really, dude, like, do you know what's coming out of your mouth right now? And anyways, I remember we were talking about that video, and David had like an idea, like we had an idea, thought of having him comment like, "Hey man, you should probably credit the artist," because I'm pretty sure he probably forgot who it was at this point because he didn't even bother to credit the artist. Like, really, man? Now I used to do that when I was like 14 and I was posting like a Pokemon, really crappy Pokemon battle, and I used someone's art for the thumbnail, and I didn't bother to credit them. But like, come on, man.
But I mean, you have an excuse. You were like,
I was like 12.
yeah. What's
I got called out though. It's funny though.
I don't mean to lash out on anybody. I don't want to lash out towards anyone, but that's kind of shitty not to like.
Yeah. No. I definitely agree with it, but like it was funny because I got called out for it because I said I do not own the music in this video, and then some guy commented in like the comment section. You know what I'm saying, man. I'm sorry. Welcome to the No Effort Podcast. Well, he was saying in the comment section that, hey, like he quoted me and said, "Oh, I do not own the music in this video." Yeah, you don't own the art either, dipshit. Like,
damn.
I mean, you're totally right.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
Like, there's no defending that. I got called out. I kind of deserved
like,
it.
I think he really has no understanding of how long it took, like, to get that recording sounding the way it did. Like, some of the vocals were just like, I was like, oh my fucking god, how do I even take this and like make it into something like usable?
I felt
even
bad for you.
like not so much with your takes, but like with Dylan's takes, like my first impression was like, okay, like definitely, like I thought this was going to be like better. Like, I mean, I did do like a decent amount of like pitch correction even to Dylan too. Like, I mean, his takes were not perfect by any extent, and like a lot of the volume of like his saying was it varied a lot. Like he would get very quiet right towards the end of the line that he was singing. It would sort of trail off the volume, and that was like kind of an issue too.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
it
like,
was
when
kind
he
of
just went and posted it like completely unfinished, like without like the re-recorded guitar solo, the guitar solo at the end, like the redone intro in the beginning, like a whole bunch of other mixing stuff that I did. Also like the yeah, just like all this shit,
yeah, like
It's like
let's say,
it's like he thinks that like it only takes me like 5 minutes to do this stuff, and
I mean, he probably just, I mean, like, I don't mean, he probably just, I don't know, he probably thought, oh, this is good enough or whatnot. Like, yeah,
yeah, exactly.
it's
Like he's
not.
like, like I
Like-
even like
Like, I mean, yeah, we dragged it out for like so long. We honestly could have, I think all of us could have approached this recording process in a better way. But like, look, it is what it is, man. And we're not going to release it in the state. I don't care how long it takes us. But like, heck, I still would have gone back and did a better vocal take of the parts I did. But like, it is what it is. Look, I know like it took forever, but come on, man. I'm about as impatient as you are, but I'm
no,
not
it's just at the
releasing a
point
shitty
like
product.
when we've spent so much time on it, like put so much work into it, like why would I not like just put this little bit of extra work to make sure that everything is right, like like
Yeah, like,
it's like there's only like 10% more to do, like it was very close to being done, but there were still like some very glaring issues with it, like that needed to be fixed. And like it's just funny because like we like without like after his like little like rant that he had where he's like, this is my final straw, like you need to do this, or otherwise like I'm gonna like I don't know,
what are you gonna do, dude?
his weird like blackmailing threat thing like he did.
Okay,
Like,
I don't want to get.
I got the song done even faster. Like after, like every time like he would like complain about me to do the song, like it made me want to do the song less. Like, and it actually like made me prolong it because like I just
like reverse.
like I'm not gonna like be your like servant. Like I'm gonna get it done on my own time. Because
That's
like
kind of the funny thing. I
like
think
we're
like
doing this
after,
for fun.
yeah, like I know like it got dried out, and I was probably, dude. I'm sure all of us were about as impatient, but like we understood the situation. But like, dude, it was kind of funny that because I think after that dropped, you and I just like went straight to business and got most of it done. And then like
I know. It's like as soon as we dropped Andy, like everything went 10 times more efficiently. And like, yeah,
That's cool,
everything
but like
everything got done like very quickly. Like
I think
afterward.
like the whole idea of doing it out of spite, like, okay, you want to say all this crap? Well, fine, we'll get it done. We kind of did what he wanted, but like at the same time, it was just like, well, okay. It's funny because like we had it all released, got artwork, it's all over all these platforms, and I haven't spoke to him since. But like I tagged him in the Instagram post because I didn't want to be like, it's funny though because it's totally redundant because we're talking shit on him on the podcast. But like,
Right.
I tagged him in it just to be a good sport about it. Because I didn't want to just tag Dylan because that'd be kind of weird tagging Dylan, and Dylan kind of like the least involvement out of all of it, so that just became awkward. And you don't have an Instagram, so I just tagged him and Andy and whatnot, and he liked it, but that was pretty much it. I think he was kind of in the wrong because he didn't even post it on his Instagram, even the leaked version. He just put it on his YouTube, like, okay, that's all the promotion I need. Like, really, dude?
He should
That's
have
all the promotion you needed?
and start promoting the official version.
Pretty whack move would have been to just delete the bass take and just re-record the bass and then remove him from the credits. To be fucked.
That would have been cool.
That's just like really shitty to go against the group like that. Like you guys been working on that for so long, and just for him to like leak it.
I mean, I had like my fair share of mistakes. Like I kind of felt bad for him because there's this part where he had like this idea in the outro and he wanted to do a little bit of some slap bass. And to be honest, dude, I just did not think it was gonna sound good. It didn't fit the vibe. It didn't fit the song. And I know we kind of took like charge of the song, and that kind of made us kind of like let's put ourselves in Annie's situation. Feeling,
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of felt bad in that. There's some parts where like we were in the middle of recording, and I would literally think to myself, I would feel bad because you and I are just kind of taking charge of this, and Annie's just over here doing homework, and I felt bad that he wasn't as much as involved in the recording as we were. But like,
Well, I didn't really feel bad so much as I was wondering why he's still there. Like, because
I mean, yeah, I didn't want to like I let him know
kinda
like, hey, you don't have to do that much stuff. I'll give him
didn't.
credit though. I really like the bass line he did. Like he did a way better job than I did. I thought it was a legit like, you know what I'm saying. I thought it was a really good bass line. I really liked it. So I am glad he did some parts in that. So I will give him that. He did a pretty solid bass track. Other than that, yeah.
Well, it's just
But I
like
mean,
he was there to provide moral support the whole time, but like
I mean,
really like
it was
just
fun
being there.
hanging out with him and whatnot. I mean, it was fun everybody being here, but like,
He
there's a
was like
point where,
getting like stressed out by us just like doing the whole process and like spending so much time on it and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking like, dude, like why are you stressing out about this? Like I mean like it's good, like we're kind of like taking care of it, like you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I mean, I know if he wants to like be involved and whatnot, because it's equally his product as it is all of ours. I mean, at this point, I mean, we kind of like we didn't leak a version of it, but like,
the recording
but like,
thing, like it's like you did your bass line and like after that, like
yeah,
he didn't really help with any other part of the song. Like he
I
didn't
mean,
even
I
you
mean, there
know what I
wasn't really
mean?
any other parts to like add. That's the thing, though. That's like kind of like,
Exactly. So it's like he really didn't even really need to be there at the rest of the recording
you know,
sessions because like
I mean,
I mean
I don't want to
it
like, I
kind
don't want to like leave him out. I don't want to be like, oh, like we're high and mighty, because I'm usually like used to being the one that gets left out of things. So I didn't want to act like I was this high and mighty kid and whatnot. But like, yeah, there was a point where like, okay, your job's done. You don't have to stay here if you
well,
don't want.
it's just like the fact that like it seemed to be stressing him out a lot and like he
Yeah.
kept saying he has more
Well,
homework to do and
yeah.
he's
I
like
mean,
to do and
I
like he was
almost
just like
thought of it.
laying there like on the bed um like with his like hand on his head like in like a permanent face palm. I'm like, dude, like just grab your laptop and like do your work, like get it done. Like you know, we're like trying to work this stuff out.
Oh,
Like
wait a second. I know how that happened. Let's see. He was talking about concerts, and he was talking about, hey, did you know Papa Roach and Five Finger Death Punch and some other shitty band are playing Pittsburgh somewhere in Pittsburgh? And he said, you guys want to go? And I was like, I didn't say anything because one, I didn't want to be an asshole, but I like didn't listen to any of those two bands, and I never am intending to. And then you just like flat out said, yo, those bands are shit. And then he just like broke down, and I was like, oh god.
well yeah. I don't regret it. I'll never not take a time to
I mean,
to
I don't listen to him, so I was not going to go there to like listen to him. I mean, it would have been a possibility if like maybe that Hella Mega tour still happened, but like that got postponed due to the Rona. So that was like that was the only like possibility I can see us doing something like that. But like I'm not going to go. I barely even see a concert to a band I do like. So like I'm not going to I'm not going to go to a show with like two bands I don't like or I could care less for. Like
yeah.
that's counterproductive or something. But
Well, I mean, yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, that was just another time where you got like really bent out
well,
of shape.
I know the worst thing I've done was
Like no problem.
basically he actually brought an idea to the table about doing a little bit of some slap bass. I didn't know I should have just let him actually try it out before judging, but I was like so like disgusted by the idea that I just like completely went like full asshole mode and just was like, nah man, that's gonna ruin the song. Nah man, you're banned from playing bass.
Well,
Like
no,
I was a dick there, but like I
not
did not think it was gonna go well.
not really. I mean, like, you know, you
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
have
the softy, my dude. I'm the soft man here.
at a certain point you kind of have to like lay down the law and be like, okay, like no, like this is not acceptable. And yeah, like I mean, dude, there's no way that he could have played some kind of slap bass at the end of the song.
yeah,
It would've-
especially like at that part, like maybe a different section of the song, but like that part, I mean, I could not see it because it was like supposed to be the calm setting. It was supposed to be the calm part of the song where things are starting to wind down. It definitely would not work there. I mean, I should have just let him try it out at first and just see if maybe it would work just by hearing him instead of just like him talking about it and then me shutting him out. But like I just had a high chance that was not going to work.
Yeah,
I mean, but
saw.
other than that, I mean, I just I feel bad we're doing all this freaking tell. I literally was going to ask before if we should have avoided this to go full on drama, but I guess we can't help ourselves because it's just going to happen. Just talking about everything going on because it's part of the process and everything. But like, I will end it on a good note for him before we just talk about one last thing. He did do a pretty good bass. He did a pretty good job on the bass, and I do like his bass track, and it was a lot better than what I had on the original because I literally phoned it in. I had no idea what to put there because obviously it made sense because I was playing the guitar this time. I wasn't playing bass like I usually do, so I didn't have time to focus on the bass. I was focusing on the guitar part, so that's why my guitar part came out bad. Except I did like what I did in the second verse, so I told Andy to play that, and that was like the only thing that I told him to do. Other than that, the rest of it was his, and I thought it came out pretty well. So
I think that's fair.
all. That's all that matters. Okay, what's the one last thing? Davey, I want to give your spotlight. Do you have much story about the artwork?
Are we gonna be ending on this one? Because I don't mean to be that kind of guy. Because
I mean, yeah, I kind of want to wrap it up, but I just want to at least get the artwork part in so you could have your little your share.
Sorry if I sound lethargic because I am. I'm really tired. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was something different because originally it was supposed to be like a car, like two cars about to crash each other on a highway.
Yeah,
I was
kept
doing
giving you ideas
I was doing
and
some
making them go insane.
I was doing some car studies in my sketchbook. I just went on Instagram and tried to find some like kind of like anime inspired cars. I know Andy didn't like the anime, or he looks at anything and thinks it's anime. But I was trying to find something that was like a compact car, and in a lot of animes they have like that compact car kind of drifting and shit, and like certain shots, and it kind of looked cool, and I thought that would be kind of neat. And I'm not really good at drawing vehicles in general yet. I got a book actually that's about how to draw objects and stuff in space, and I'm excited to learn more about how to draw vehicles and stuff. But that's besides the point. I mean, at the time, I wasn't really familiar with drawing vehicles, and then I was like trying to throw around some ideas of like and try to play with the narrative of the song. So I made this one sketch that was like this guy that had like, I don't know, he's kind of like, he was like melting or something. He had like, I don't know, like a tire on his back, and like an 8-ball, what is it, a driver's, I don't know, a gear shift like stuck in his arm or something, and I was playing with that.
Oh, was that that was the gory one?
Yeah. I wasn't really trying to go too gory with it. I was going for more of, I guess, like a not really abstract, but more of a just a, I don't know, like I don't know, just try something different. I wanted to do something that had like a lot of detail in it and a lot of textures in it and stuff.
Yeah.
But we didn't go with that one, which is fine.
Yeah, I remember.
I finally got some like actual feedback, and we settled on like
Yeah.
the apparition and the singer, or like not the singer, the guy being kind of like haunted in a way by his fallen partner and stuff. And
what I like about like the current artwork compared to like the idea of like the car crash is that like it just like, it's like a simple like emotion as opposed to like being like indicating exactly what happened like in
like what you're supposed to feel.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like the sketchy picture of the guy. It's like almost like this depressing like it definitely just gives off like a very creepy like almost like yeah like kind of like it perfectly fits the vibe of the song. Like I think so.
Yeah, it definitely fits way better. Like just kind of having that like scratchy texture to it just really makes it feel like I guess like live. Nah, I don't want to like suck myself off or anything. But I mean, yeah, compared to like if I would just draw like cars coming into each other or something, it just wouldn't have that same impact. It's better to have it like I guess more abstract and stuff. Because I know Jerry was like he had a hard on for abstract and stuff, and I was
Yeah,
like,
wait a second, wait a second. Okay, so I remember I called you up and we were in the Tanner's room. We were like, oh, we were talking about artwork, and then I guess I was like, hey, I got a friend who wants commissions, so I called David up, and then I just talked to him out of nowhere. Hey, you wanna draw? You wanna do a commission for us? And he was down and whatnot. And then what I remember from this is that I try to keep it within you, Andy, and Dylan, just so it was fair. But I mostly try to keep it between me and David. David kind of recommended me to talk to you guys about it. It was mostly just me and David because it was really hard to get all three of you guys to be talking to him back and forth because he doesn't have Snapchat and whatnot. And obviously, we're all not. He's all the way at like Wesleyan, so obviously we can't just have everybody all together at once. So I mostly try to keep it together with him because I know how David operates and whatnot. And so I just try to like talk to you about it and then bring feedback. And I remember we started off with the car thing. And that was the original idea I had because I had some kind of vision in here that I thought, oh, that'd be pretty cool. And then I remember I was talking about it to Andy and Tanner. And Tanner actually was like, nah, man, that's too on the nose. Like you need to have something that's like, you know,
which it was.
you gotta let the the listener interpret it or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
almost
and
like a
I think
fan
that was a better idea, anyways.
Yeah, like I kind of like music videos that like they're vaguely related to the song, but like almost like completely different. Almost like there's like a lot of music videos that are like that. I don't know, where I'm just like, why the fuck did they go with this idea? But like it's cool, like it's like creative. Like that's why I like that. So and yeah, just like that artwork like kind of like reminds me of that. Like I can almost see like a music video. Like it'd be cool if there was like an animated music video to this song, like almost in that style, where that guy is almost like sort of like moving around and like if like there was like almost like an image like of like him like walking like down like an alleyway or like through like a street or something like in that super sketchy style. Like I think that could like look really dope like in like a music video like kind of setting and stuff like that. And like it like
Yeah,
conveys like the vibe of the song without like sort of like giving it away, like what the lyrics exactly are about.
yeah. And I remember we were talking to Dave. There's this one music video he was talking about that he showed me. It had like this like animated like kind of like
It was
uh
Siam's the Wolf. It
but
was
like
really good.
yeah, it was this pretty cool like retro kind of style that was originally what the idea was for like the whole car thing, and then obviously we changed course with that. And I remember I named the song Apparitions because I was inspired because I saw this piece by France. I'm reading it off the script thing. If hopefully I'm saying it right. It's by Francisco Goya y Lucientes, and he did this piece called "Boy Staring at an Apparition," and that was it kind of inspired the whole song into like in like the first place, or maybe just because I like the word apparitions because I saw it from that. So I just just went all diddling all along and crap, and then I think once I found that image, I sent it to David, and I also sent it to you guys, and you guys are kind of like, oh, this is cool, or some crap like that, and then I think that's what started the final sketch.
Yeah, I remember that Google
Yeah.
image. Yeah, that's a pretty also a very bleak looking picture. I like how it's like 12 like an album cover would be.
I really love those like just weird, obscure like Renaissance.
Yeah,
paintings.
I love that stuff. I try to get that with like photos. Like, I just love seeing like, you ever see like those album covers that look like really like mysterious and they kind of give off like this weird vibe, but like you don't know exactly what's going on. It kind of like, it's like a bad vibe, but at the same time, it's not like bad as in like this is like not good, but like it gives you off it's haunting. It's haunting.
Makes you
I
keep
really like those haunting album covers that don't really tell much about what's going on. I'm kind of glad we went that direction. And
yeah, when you sent me those pictures, it did like actually because I had like
dude,
pretty much
you wanted to like kill yourself while I was trying to communicate ideas.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that a little bit. No, I'm kidding. No, I wouldn't say that. It just I didn't really get any like reference pictures I kind of just had to find them myself, basically, because there wasn't really a direction. But I mean that it's okay. Like we've eventually like found it pretty fast. And those pictures definitely help boost the process and stuff. And I just kind of got to work and did some like random sketches, scanned them in the computer lab at college, and just send them to you guys. Send them to you, Jerry.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. You weren't even done yet. We were like, hey
Yeah,
man, this
I was
was
like,
like
yeah,
we were.
yeah, they
I
were just
don't know. I just thought it
perfect.
was perfect the way it was, and we just kind of went with it. I
Yeah,
did
I
some
was like,
some tweaking. Yeah,
sure.
I think
like
I
it.
originally wanted like I actually kind of liked the white and black at first. Now looking back at it, I definitely like the inverted effect that Andy suggested.
Mhm.
But like it's just I was just surprised because like it was unfinished, but we were like, this is good. I have a feeling that like it maybe I think that was probably a good thing because I think it kind of captured the vibe. Like I think if you added any more to it, it probably would have made it a little bit more
No,
cleaner.
if you try to do like regular like line work and then like color that in, it would not have the same effect like at
Right.
all. Like
I think
I definitely wasn't going to plan on coloring it. I was planning on like refining it some more because like the one that we actually used, um, like I like it. I like the face. I like the apparition, like the ghost. I thought that was all right. Just one thing that bothers me, and since I'm just like a stickler about anatomy, is like his hand and his like how his hand and arm are bent. It just looks so bad to me because it's like his arm kind of looks disjointed and his hand looks just weird. I wish I refined that some more, but hey, what
that's
can
like the funny thing because I don't even notice it.
right? Well, yeah, I know. I know. It's just like it's like a pain of being an artist. It's like you'll notice something that most people probably wouldn't even give a shit about or just glance over, but it's like it eats away with you because you know every like arc that you fucked up, and it just but people don't know it. But I don't care. It's like now I every time I see this piece. I don't look at the
Yeah,
good
that's
stuff. I
what
just
it
look
takes
at the
being an
bad stuff.
artist. You know, gotta
But yeah,
torture yourself.
yeah,
Yeah, but
pretty
yeah,
much, dude.
I'm glad the way it
Trial and
turned
error,
out.
as they
I
say.
think that
Yeah,
I think the whole messiness kind of adds even more to the vibe
different.
we were trying to get. I mean, it's kind of funny though because I feel like the piece is like way more complicated than the actual song. Like, I mean, it probably definitely complements it, but like, it's just kind of funny. Like, you get like, just I think I don't know, maybe the vibes might be different or maybe they're the same. I don't know. I really kind of like how it all came together though. So.
It's definitely different. It was like a good change of pace of what I usually do. I don't really usually do kind of that abstract type of scribble stuff. I mean, it's not my kind of like
I mean,
thing.
it's pretty creative though. I really like it.
I like doing it. It was
Like,
funny.
I would probably like the alternate take. I probably would the one I call it the Avatar one. I probably would have used it for something of my own if like they weren't so similar. But
Yeah,
like,
in my opinion, that was like one of the that was probably like the worst one out of the batch. But yeah,
that's funny. That was like my second favorite, or probably my favorite one to be honest. Until I got used to the other one. But
well, you
I
guys
think
like it.
that's
I consider that a mission accomplished.
yeah. So let's okay. Okay. I'm gonna try to wrap some of this stuff up. I think we got
Yeah.
most of it going on. You remember "Stay Away," Tanner? I mean, that song we only got like half of it done, and I don't even remember how to play most of it anymore. I don't even have the one video we did. So
oh yeah, yeah, no,
yeah,
I could take that and we can make that into something. Like
I don't want to. I mean,
I know that I would need to come up with a riff for the verse because like what I
I
was
would
doing
kind
was
of.
really lame. But
I
like,
mean,
yeah, no, we did kind of have a chorus like going for that. Yeah, I mean, like that song was kind of already half written, so like I don't know, I might as well
I
just
mean, it
finish
was
it up.
like. I mean, honestly, yeah, you can let that be some of your work. To be honest, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of don't. Dude, I got like so much songs. I got so much projects going on that I have enough to fill me for this whole entire decade based on my speed of work. So like, yeah, like I got like a whole entire stuff already. Like I need to write that first before I add anything new. So
Yeah,
I
mean,
mean,
really, I
maybe
need
if
to just
something
plug
comes
away.
along the way, maybe like in a couple of years or something, we all make amends or some crap. I don't know, some stupid growing up kind of bullshit, then maybe Abandoned Virtues will actually have another song. But as of right now, this is a one-time project. So sorry to all the new fans who thought this was an actual band. But it's okay because I'm robbing Tanner and I'm getting him on all my other pieces. Yeah. I hope it works out. It's kind of weird though, because I feel kind of weird calling it just Jared Lowther now. Because now I'm like, well, Tanner's getting on there, and I don't want Tanner to just be like, some random ghostwriter nobody knows about. So, but at the same time, it's kind of weird to act as a functioning duo when we're like, like a state away. That's the worst thing.
I mean, honestly, you can literally just put like a parentheses featuring so and so.
I don't want to put like featuring because like I kind of want to have you like I'm going to try to find a way to see if I can get you on almost all the pieces, even if it's just something simple as
you could just literally just call it a collaborative track, like Jared Lowther and Tanner Peterson.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird though because I've been having some of these songs since I was like 15, so it's like a part of my identity and whatnot. I was really just going to try to do this all alone, but then I met you and I'm like, well, crap, I need to get him on these songs. So we'll see how that goes in the future because it's going to be a while because I got to deal with all the Thick with 5C stuff and whatnot. But like, I'll see how that goes out. But I'm definitely going to try to see if I can get you on most of these songs, even if it's just from something simple as like just like a guitar solo, or there's like an actual part that you're playing, or we have like equal parts. Because there might be some other stuff where I'm like, hey man, you want to play some part I did and maybe like add some like bit of the Tanner flair to it or some crap like that. I don't know. It basically it just depends on how. I just hope it goes well because you got to realize is that we're recording 2 states away in 2 different rooms with 2 different pieces of equipment. Like we gotta find a way on how we're gonna actually get this to work and actually like have like this sound somewhat cohesive in a way. And you gotta and also
it's gonna be a challenge. I gotta come up with stuff that actually sounds good, not just send you some shit and you're like, what the hell is this? That was not what I wanted at all,
Yeah, and we're like, well, I've been sucking your dick musically at the moment, so I'm pretty sure you're in good hands right now. But but like the things is that I'm going to probably end up doing all the mastering and mixing stuff, so it's still going to be kind of like more of my thing, but you're mostly going to be I'm going to try to find ways to see if I can get you on this. It's going to be a weird process because I have some of these songs that are already written, and some of them I actually don't want to change much to what's being done to them by already. But I'll probably like look at them and I'll try to open up to them and see like, oh, see what Tanner could add to it, and maybe it can be a surprise, and maybe it would actually work. So that'd be pretty cool.
Totally. I'm down for anything.
Yeah, and I just want to do like one little touch up. So what's going on in your musical life right now?
Well, I'm like writing music and trying to record it. And I don't know, like I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to release it. Like I'm probably just going to come up with some kind of name and release it under that. It probably won't just be my name. I'll probably come up with some kind of name for the project that I'm doing and just release these songs as singles. I don't really have any plans for like an EP or an album or anything like that. Like right now, I just want to like just get songs done, just get ideas out there,
That's probably a good thing for your like personally, since you've been having a problem with release and stuff, just to get it out there. And that's the kind of cool thing about.
I'm trying to focus on just finishing things,
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's kind of the cool thing about singles is that it's just like one thing like that, just getting it out there and whatnot. Because I'm glad I'm glad David and I are doing this Thick with 5C's project, cheesecake tampon. I know, it's a pretty good name, cheesecake tampon. Yeah. I'm glad I'm starting off with this as my first like real like musical journey thing instead of just trying to tackle that whole album by myself. Dude, I don't even have the songs written like lyrically because I have like such a pretty bad writer's block. So like I'm kind of glad I'm starting something simple as a 5-song EP and not like a 15-track album where I don't even have the lyrics done yet. Like it's good. I'm starting out like you got to start small. That's kind of the thing before you can get these bigger projects because I've been like trying to recreate these songs and trying to like what's missing and whatnot. And I think just because I'm trying to tackle too much.
Yeah, and for me, since I can't do lyrics, like I can't come up with lyrics
Like
or sing.
that's what I'm kind of wondering. Are you going to
just-
like get some vocals on that song, or are you like?
No, probably not. All my
Okay.
songs will probably be instrumental. And
Okay, that's cool.
And I'm going to write them with being instrumental in mind. So like, you know, where
Okay,
you would
that's
expect
good.
there to be a vocal melody, like there's going to be either a guitar or a synth melody there, like, you know, trying to hold things down so that it's not like boring, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm super like I'm like almost I'm like 50% of my influence is like literally from one dude. He goes by the name Bulb. He made a bunch of demos and has released them like over the years. He has like hundreds of demos that he released on his on his web or on a website called SoundClick. And yeah, they're just a bunch of like rock and like chill like electronic and like metal all instrumental like demos and stuff like that. And like I take like a huge ton of inspiration for him. So like it's almost like everything that I do is like just a weird amalgamation of like this like indie stuff and like metal,
yeah,
like the like sort of like prog rock stuff that I like, you know, and then like a little splash of like electronic like type stuff, like messing around with synthesizers.
that'd be pretty awesome.
You know? Yeah, so
you need
and video game music as well. I'm also very influenced by that. So yeah, it's nerdy ass shit. It's very nerdy.
No, that sounds like a really interesting project. I'm pretty excited for it. I don't know if you're playing bass on it, but if you do need some if you need somebody to play bass on it, I can try to somewhat lend a hand. It may be out of my league. I don't know exactly what's going to be going on, but if you need some
bass lines are going to be like one of my lamer things.
But yeah, but if you need somebody to play bass on it, I got a fresh new amp, so I can probably mess with it. I'd be more than happy to collaborate if you need any help, since you know you're going to help me with my stuff, and I could probably help you with your stuff if you need anything.
Yeah, no, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Like honestly, you come up with like so many like cool melodies too, like things that like I would never think of, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
even like having you like you could even like add like probably like cool layers to songs that I have that like I never would have even considered adding, you know. So,
but
yeah, I mean,
we'll
there's a ton of potential. There's like a lot of things that we could do, you know.
Yeah, we'll have to keep in touch about that. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now we got this EP going on. It's like halfway completed, halfway not. Probably more than not than actually done. But there is this one song we have called David Convenient Hoff. You have never heard it before, so that's the funniest thing. And it's probably going to be the last song I get recorded. But if I can find a way, I thought maybe just like a little, you know, kind of like a nice little feature, we could probably maybe you could throw in a little guitar line or two on there, you know, just for the hells of it. Well, now we'll have to see how it goes in the future, but I'll let you know about that because I do need a guitar solo for that part, and I don't really exactly know how to do it because it's more like a swingy song. It's more like a big band kind of song where I don't know. You have to hear it, and I don't even have it done yet. So we'll see how it goes in the future. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. That was a pretty good episode. I know I need to let Davie go to sleep and whatnot. I'm going to give him some extra belly rubs.
I'm dying here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I didn't expect it to go this long. I didn't expect the chemistry to be A+, you know?
I need to pee really bad. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. Apparitions is out now on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Bandcamp, YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever you can find it. It's probably in my asshole. And avoid the link version. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Say no to indie.
Nice talking.
Say no. Can we make that the episode title?
Say no to indie.
Yes.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody.